Clinton in a note.
Did y'all see on Ethan Klein's Twitter?
I know who that is.
Who that?
H3 Productions. YouTube.
No. I repeat.
All right. Anyway.
This.
So he posted a picture of O.J. Simpson, or retweeted, a picture of O.J. Simpson who was at the store, like getting supplies and shit. Talking about don't let the coronavirus kill you.
The juice.
He replied to it. He said, "I have a higher statistical chance of getting killed by you than this coronavirus."
I mean, that's pretty solid.
O.J. Simpson.
Does he though?
Kind of.
Yes. O.J. killed somebody.
No, but I'm just saying,
I don't know what
like,
the internet's gonna feel about me saying it. Is that blunt as that? But O.J. straight up fucking killed
It's an
somebody.
accepted fact at this point. I mean,
he was acquitted by a jury of his peers.
Put those over there so they're
The juice is
those
loose.
faces.
The only thing he got convicted of was robbing his own shit back or whatever.
Which is honestly really sad.
Not really.
No, if you fucking kill somebody and you only get arrested for that.
did they ever find her killer?
No. Okay, they stopped trying.
Okay.
Yeah, they did find her killer.
He was acquitted by a jury of his peers.
They could not.
The gloves didn't fit, Shane.
So you must acquit.
They couldn't prove it without a shadow of a doubt.
I saw that show with Travolta. All right, he's looking terrible.
First off, let's not make Travolta the main person in that situation.
I think it needs to be said that he looked awful.
Yeah, but Cuba Gooding Jr. was in that, and I haven't seen him in anything recently.
Oh, I feel like that's
and I love him as a person.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is an American treasure. Just like Tom Hanks, who has coronavirus right now, so F in the chat for Tom Hanks.
Did you see they gave him Wilson?
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty sweet.
Wilson.
Let's face it, though. He's super rich, so he's not going to die of the coronavirus.
It's like, what's his name?
He's also in relatively decent health.
How do you know?
He's an actor.
That means nothing.
That means, what are you talking about? They OD all the time.
I don't think Tom Hanks, fucking Saint of the World, is going to overdose
I don't
tomorrow.
He does though.
What if he does?
What do you do?
You know what he overdosed?
Feel bad, aren't you?
No, you know what he got
terrible.
overdosed on? Fucking happiness.
Or maybe being locked somewhere with
Rest
his
in
wife
peace,
for
Chris
2
Farley.
weeks.
John Belushi.
Long.
Who else?
Especially Chris Farley.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Whoops.
He didn't overdose on him.
If he overdoses tomorrow, we'll start the hashtag Tom Hanks didn't kill himself.
I've got a poster.
No. Tom Hanks dies of a suicide. We all, as a country, we need to come together against Hillary.
I've got a poster of Chris Farley sitting outside of a van down by the river. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that was like
Down by the river.
You remember when that skit was like a thing? Like nobody wanted that for their life. They didn't want to live in a van by a river, and now it's like that's a goal for our generation is to live in something small and be able to travel.
Almost dystopian, if you will.
My stepsister does that. She's living her best life, and I'm mildly
I
jealous.
prefer to identify with Gen X.
Good luck, though.
Yeah, I know.
A couple years out there.
I know.
Okay, Xer.
How dare you question my generation identity?
No, don't you get to pick that?
Depending on who you ask, I belong to Gen Z, so...
Is my mic working?
I don't know.
It is.
Why is it? What's that awful sound? Is that our?
That's his mic.
There's an awful sound.
Awful sound.
Yeah, your mic
I heard
sounds
awful
terrible. Giggity, giggity.
It is loading right now. It is confused as to what.
Hello.
I lost my character sheet and all things that.
No, I think we actually.
Alright, I get it.
I think for the first time in a long time, we actually have really good audio. I fixed it the other day.
Solomon no here today.
Someone hear
Only
that
Kev.
noise?
Hello. They strunk like bull.
Only Keth. Welcome, Keth.
Okay. My character sheet
Oh, I'm
though.
sorry, I clapped in that microphone.
So I'm gonna wing it. I get a plus 12 to everything.
Oh!
Ooh, no idea what you're talking about.
Is it when I talk?
Is it me?
It sounded like when you were talking. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's everybody in the club.
Talk.
Hello.
Does anybody here watch TikTok except for Jackson?
I don't think.
Oh, well, I dabble in the TikTok a little bit.
Is it
I made
me,
a TikTok.
Jesus?
Okay, so you.
It's
I didn't know what else I'm getting.
No.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair
it's
enough.
me if I talk too loud.
I really miss. I just really miss Vine.
thoroughly blow out the mic
Same.
if I talk too loud. So I need to just be careful.
As per usual.
Do it for the Vine.
Just kidding.
Ain't gonna
Oh
do
wait,
it.
no, that's baby spice.
Do
I
it
just need
for
to
the
be careful
Vine.
about whatchamacallit, how I
Ain't
talk
gonna do
tonight.
it.
I have
Some
some
of
here.
my wands.
I need to lower my pickup on that.
You know what I don't
I don't know
have?
what that means.
Your
The thing I
character sheet?
paid a lot of shit for.
Yeah, I have it planned. We haven't gotten there yet. A, and B, I need to put it on paper. and figure out a proper way to
Where's
do
our
it.
experience board?
On
It's
the Wikipedia.
I'll send it tonight.
Michael has it up on there. I'll get the boards back up. We just got to make a new one for 12.
Are we level 11 yet?
Well, we
No.
have to take people off there. That's
We
the
do.
problem.
We can probably condense
rip.
it to.
We need to condense to 5 on one board.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I put a
What
lot
are you
of
talking about? Right, we just moved on.
They died.
I put
They
so
died of
much
We
coronavirus.
didn't,
into that.
we didn't even address the fact that they aren't here anymore. We just.
They were recently traveling to Italy and they died of coronavirus.
Oof.
First off,
It was
First
an
off.
Asian country.
Kevin's Asian. That
What
joke's
thought
not
about
funny.
that?
Wow.
Okay, he went to Wuhan.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Wow, Anthony.
Now the
you're
joke makes
insensitive.
sense. No, it's culturally sensitive. Kevin went home and died.
He got the kung flu.
Jacob got kung flu.
He got kung. Thank you.
Can I?
We are all super incredibly dark.
Wow. It's like out.
I wonder why.
Is there something wrong?
Actually,
could it be
Shane,
the lighting?
Shane looks superb for once. Like, Shane looks good. The rest of the table looks like
I
shit.
look like
We don't
William.
look that
You
bad.
look like
It's
William
that bad.
you
Shatner
look
trying
fine.
to
You look fine.
speak
I'm
talk.
not good. It's
'cause
Speak
I'm sitting
sing.
back.
Rocket Man and the shadows. And
Go grab. There's 2 light bulbs on the counter. Go change them
we're in a
out.
cave currently, you know.
Jackson, you're there.
Jackson, can you grab 2 light bulbs? on
Your
the counter?
side. Your
I thought you wanted to just change this one.
What?
your side is
Move
really
that
good.
one to the dim one, and we'll see if there's anything.
No, we are in darkness. Those guys are decent. Oh, you're a little
I'm
dark,
not.
Michael.
Yeah,
Go
I-
grab.
Are we completely
Maybe you should
invisible?
stop planning.
It's bad. Like
Bad
you
for
can't
your
see
health.
any
I feel
facial
like-
features. You can't see facial
Our
features.
side's
Yeah, no, I mean, y'all side is fine. Yeah.
your side's pretty good.
There's 2 bright white light bulbs
My
on the counter.
Her seat is
Right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
perfectly. You are lit.
This is,
Mine's eh.
You are lit.
Oh, we'll throw the 2
So do you
bright
think
lights
we
up.
just put the bright one there? It would be okay?
but seriously, I don't have a character sheet.
I think we need those 2 sides to be bright because that's what's
I
illuminating.
need
Look at.
someone
Look
to
in Justin's
care.
drawer.
What happened to your character sheet?
Oh no!
You don't know.
Look
I
on
got
the
this.
shelf. There's stuff on that shelf. It
That's
could be-
Solomon.
It was in a page protector in my drawer.
Did your daughter go in your drawer?
It's probably Justin.
No, I think my husband went in my drawer
Justin
and fucked
took
with
it.
my shit. Why would Justin take it?
I don't know.
It's not like
What if we just move this?
I think
Try doing that
I
one
think we did
first,
just
and we'll
that
go from
one would be
there.
Okay.
Check the dresser, Rebecca.
There's a sheet right there with your dice tray. I guarantee it's that one that I keep pointing at,
Fuckers.
and you keep ignoring me.
I don't understand why my things got put not in my drawer.
No, you should leave it like that.
That's not my dice. I think I stole somebody's dice.
Now it's just me. Hello.
I don't know why my dice end up in your box.
The show's
No,
brought to
this
you by-
dice, me and
That's
Justin
right.
have the same one.
Really isn't.
Is that
It
gonna?
fixed Michael, but it didn't do anything for your guys' side. So
Are you serious?
How
yeah,
did that fix
I feel like
Michael?
that would make it worse.
because the light's coming from this side now, hitting Michael. This light needs to be to hit you guys, and then it washes me out.
This light, yeah, it did nothing for us, Jackson.
So here,
So
hit the other bulb. Watch.
Now Shane looks super white again.
Michael's gonna put this one over there, and it's gonna fix the lighting, but I'm gonna look
But you're
super
gonna
white.
look bad.
That's fine.
We know when
we
you
can
can
make
get.
this
I know.
happen.
I know how to handle it. I know what to do.
Are we gonna get a TikTok light?
yeah, you need to get a ring light.
The ring light doesn't hold any solution for me. I'm too bright.
We don't need a
to dim.
solution for you. We need to look
Yeah,
lit.
it would come this way.
We don't care about you looking good.
We can buy. There's whatchamacallit cameras that have ring lights on them, and they're only like $70 a pop. And we get the payout from Twitch this
I
month.
lost
We'll buy
my
2 of them
phone.
and replace those
Where's
2.
my phone?
I don't
Can I
know.
eat all my snacks?
And 3,
I need
2,
my phone.
1. Oh, I look like I'm fucking heavenly again.
Didn't somebody?
Well, a fallen angel, maybe.
Okay, you're having a lot of issues.
Shane is saying confirmed.
I'm calling your phone.
I still feel like that did nothing for our side, but whatever.
You got to get the bulb above you then.
Nah, I'm good.
There's no other light bulb.
I know. It's just we need one more light, bright light white.
I think you got darker, Jackson.
I mean, this is what it is.
I have a shot. What?
I've got Native American in me. I used to be dark as fuck when I had a tan.
Okay, Pocahontas Jr.
It is super
Just
dark
saying.
over there.
It's a fact.
Where
It's,
would you put
it's
ring
clearly
lights
not
at?
enough that I obviously didn't get any scholarship, but it's
There's
Scholarship
cameras that have
tried.
built into
It's
it.
barely even get into Harvard on
I
it.
see.
no. Honestly, I looked into it at the time. Like
We
you
can
have
just
to
get
be
3
like,
of those, switch
legitimately
these out for really
involved with
dim
the Native
bulbs, and
American
then
What's this
use,
out?
use those for 3
Yeah.
cameras.
Unless you're
Smart.
a certain
It's
candidate.
just you're talking about
right.
$200 worth of stuff, give or take. Where are you going, Anthony?
Where you going?
Too much share, bitch.
Okay.
This stream's going real good.
I missed the perfect opportunity.
What?
No, this is what happened in here.
Okay.
God, man.
What happened?
Thank you for getting it, though.
Yeah.
I
It's my
said,
chair, bitch.
I asked Anthony where he was going, and Jackson answered for him.
What did he say?
The
To
perfect
his chair, bitch. Because Anthony...
One time I had the gall to ask Shane where he was going at the station. And then he said, to my chair, bitch, as I looked at him sadly because I needed paperwork signed. That's all I was asking him. I'm pretty sure it's in the group, too. It's in that page.
Oh, it is.
It is, because you're a little whiny bitch.
Yeah,
It's there.
it's there. It's there. We gotta add another one. Another 2 or 3 tonight.
It just justifies what he says.
I feel like I don't post on there enough, and I need to. Although, if I post on there more, I might have things said about me.
The You're Too Personable one.
That
was a pretty good one.
That was a good one. Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was
That
pretty
was
funny.
pretty solid.
I'm just trying to live my best life in the ER, man. I think all I did was say hi to a patient or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
did.
like,
Yeah, that's all it was.
It's too much. Alright, anyway.
How dare you?
Okay, we're gonna start this.
Are we?
Yeah.
Hello.
Just see what was
Hello.
This is now Russian.
This is Russian stream. This is Russian Ted.
Alright.
Hi, we're here to help you with your social
Distancing.
distancing. We're gonna socially bring you here together on the internet. Helping. We're doing our part for our country.
We do need to be concerned about Anthony's well-being. At his age, the virus is
I'm
dangerous.
6 feet away. I'm okay.
Okay.
That's not 6 feet.
I'm pretty sure I can lay across here. That's 6
I
feet.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's fine.
This table. Actually, no. The table, it will support it. The thin wood that's used for the topper, you're gonna fall through.
Shane,
Yeah.
don't think nobody knows you're also a boomer now. So
It's true.
you can join me in death and the sweet
But Shane
succulent
has too much spite in
embrace
his heart.
of
He won't
death.
die. He hates the world too
Sweet
much.
embrace of death
That's
as we
I'm not lucky enough.
gasp for air.
This coffee tastes like shit.
It does. I'm glad you agree. It's not good.
It's the new one, but I made a pot earlier and it was fine. Just whatever it is right now, it tastes bad.
Fresh pot.
Poison?
Oh shit!
I mean, if you did that, you're taking my life.
You wanted me gone too?
You're not willing to make
That's how she's
that.
gonna make it look like.
Did you recently change your beneficiary to her?
That's fair. That would be how she'd make it look like an accident. She'd kill you or Justin with me.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Justin's not here, so he dies back.
Is it like a flavored coffee?
It's French vanilla. I literally made a pot earlier today. It was perfectly fine. There was no problem to it.
I think I put too much creamer in mine. That's what mine is. It's too sweet.
Mine's not sweet. Mine's bitter and salty.
So that's just your normal taste, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yours tastes like mine. It's like this.
It's weird.
Did we burn it?
By what? Cleaning the pot?
Oh, you clean the pot. You let.
All the season.
Alright, Michael, recap it.
Oh, let me open up this
Yes,
beautiful
please
page.
recap it, 'cause-
In case you haven't checked it out, we do have a Wikipedia page that has all the information about our stream right
cool.
there, so that you can see all those things. I'm continuing to talk while I open up the webpage that I should have had open.
Tell us more.
Well, you just go to Dreamers
Direction.
DN.
You turned your head, coughed at me.
Uh-oh.
That way.
Ah!
Thank you.
It is DnDreamers.fandom.com.
You don't say.
Let's go ahead and recap.
Okay.
Session 8,
All right.
Doing over there?
Alligator Carpet Ride.
Sounds good.
Does anyone know why we called it Alligator Carpet Ride?
I have no idea.
We did.
Because
we zigzagged, right? I remember.
Serpentine!
The moment you said I was like, oh, I remember.
Oh, we were getting. Okay, I remember now.
15th of Umfest.
Yes.
We spent a few hours amongst the crowds of the cloud step tunnels awaiting further directions to enter ourselves into the blood zone. That's not Russian, I've got to get there. During the time that we met a representatives from different factions in the material plane and other planes as well, Carrick of the Frost Iron clan spoke to Ted about dwarven people, including the Grand Belts, who Ted seemed particularly interested in. We also witnessed a young boy, Kira, who approached Ketra, recognizing him from a fight that took place in Alahut a few years before. We needed to get more information about what we were walking into. Preparation is going to be the only way we survive this. Turns out Wally May had a lot of information in the tournament and was willing to share. He and the Savage King won the tournament in the past, a victory that led to the original unity of the Blood Clans. He also imparted the history of the tournament onto us, a 2,000-year-old event that originated with the Blood Clans. While the tournament used to be a competition amongst the Blood Clans, it grew over time, so that the prize got steeper with each passing tournament. Legends say that demonic intervention brought it to its current state. While we waited, I spotted Koth, the leader of the Hunters, a group that used to try to ravage my home repeatedly, trying to capture our people and sell them back into their owners. Koth claims that he has Magnus as a prisoner now. I tried to reach out and I could hear my love. He is nearby and I must rescue him. Finally, the trials began, and we have until sunset to make it to the top of the mountain, 100 miles away. As soon as the challenge began, the tunnels began to collapse on themselves. It seems the Heavenly Seven are not trying to kill us, but instead offer us guidance. Using Blythe's elephant and Solomon's magic carpet, we safely avoid getting caved in, ending with us staring at the ground, which appears to be moving as if something large is breathing. ...
So, coming in,
Yes.
you find yourselves.
It looked like an IV catheter was in there, and I was mildly confused.
You find yourselves standing in a long tunnel as the chamber, dust slowly rising ever so softly from the air, pulling down the tunnel, then blowing past you again. What do you want to do?
I would like to look for signs of life.
Okay.
I'm gonna step in the tunnel.
I guess investigation.
I don't assume this is a draft.
How fucked up are you again, Solomon?
Pretty fucked up.
Not like half health.
I have a modded 20.
Minus 20. As you reach down, you kind of start looking around. The tunnel itself is stone. It's this granite kind of rock that's been carved pretty deep into. You recognize it as most of what these tunnels are made of. You could assume that most of the cloud steps would be this, whatever this granite material is. It's very coarse stone. But kind of picking up and moving the dust through your hands with your knowledge of soils, dirt, stonework, and stuff like that, it's not sand. It's not soil, it's not rock or anything like that. It's not something that you immediately would come to recognize with kind of doing an investigation into it. But it is something that is off. It's different.
Is it chewed food?
No, it's very coarse. It kind of mushes in your hand and turns to nothing as you kind of move it back and forth.
Does it get everywhere?
It does, but it's not sand.
Is it coarse and gritty?
It is. It's not gritty. It is pretty coarse.
I hate it.
Because you like gray skin tone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
This doesn't seem to be anything of a rock-like earthen material. I don't recognize it.
Can I look at it?
Reach down and pick it up. As you pick it up, like, it kind of smears in your fingertips, leaving these black and gray stains across your fingers.
Like ash? Are you proud? This kind of is like ash. Is this a dragon?
Can you, I'll say in Primordial, can you detect dragons at all?
None nearby.
She does not detect any dragons.
Is there anything else that has fire? Breath?
I feel like a lot of things probably. I need a voice.
I can't think of anything else.
Do phoenixes breathe fire?
Okay, let's see. This is the better voice I was trying to get to. Okay, better. I just needed to pause for a minute to
Fall
find
back
it.
into Russian.
I did. I had to stand back and be like, okay.
When everything goes,
Get the voice,
when
get the
everything
voice.
goes wrong, go Russian.
But it's supposed to be
That's
a
why.
deeper Russian. Not this. I sounded like Ketra. I was doing some sort of Australian thing. I don't know what I was
I was
doing.
enjoying it.
It wasn't right.
So,
So, I still enjoyed it.
It wasn't right.
Blythe reaches down, picks up some of the stuff and mushes it. It slides through her fingers, leaves these gray and black streaking stains across her fingertips.
When everybody else picks it up, it's coarse.
It's kind of coarse. I mean, ash itself is relatively coarse.
I don't know. When I touch it, it feels soft.
Depends on how big of a piece it is. But it kind of smears in your hands.
You didn't make me roll for that.
No, I never make you guys roll for things that you figure out on your own. If you guys can make the intuitive leap based off my descriptions, I'm not gonna make you roll for something you already put together. Is it because I said the word intuitive?
No.
What?
I just mean like to look at it. I just you didn't make me roll.
You reached down, you touched it, it smeared, you said, it's like ash. it's not like it, because it isn't. So we're good to go. Moving on.
Because it isn't.
I'm gonna make my football. I just want to roll my dice, okay?
Would you like to roll a dice for how much I care about you?
No, I know that's too
It's a
many.
natural 20, yes.
Can I roll a perception check on the tunnel?
With your eyes.
With all of them.
Giving him guidance.
Looking in every direction all at once.
You got guidance.
Wow. Double 10. It's 16.
Every kind of one of these breaths that kind of emanate, right? The tunnel kind of shaking and rattling ever so slightly. You see the ash is actually moving with it. Whatever this is that is breathing, per se, is moving enough air to shift the winds in this tunnel.
Like, I don't see any like holes or anything. Just
It's just a straight tunnel.
I don't know how
It's
I
just
feel.
the five of you.
Maybe we should just shout out and see if anything comes up. Take it head on.
Maybe if it's something in the tunnel, like maybe it's big enough, like we can just go through it.
You said shout? Hey! Did I hear anything?
Is this going to be episode number 2?
Hey, 2.0.
Hey, Euchmer.
Hey! What's that breathing?
Nothing responds back. You just hear, hey, 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 echoing through the tunnel.
How dark is it?
It's still, everything is still dimly kind of illuminated and lit from the whatchamacallits that are kind of falling apart. What?
Looked over your
You're
back.
literally, Lord, you're over there. We're having a quiet side conversation.
You're eating porn rinds. I'm sorry.
Porn rinds.
Porn rinds.
It's all the flavor of sweaty balls.
That's what I looked
Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay.
It kind of echoes for a little bit. The tunnel
We can go buy a few
doesn't move. There's nowhere to
Would
respond.
casting light be beneficial at all?
The tunnel is illuminated enough you can see pretty far down to the edge of your vision. And it just goes straight for about 100, 120 feet.
I mean,
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I don't know. Either we need to find a new tunnel or we just explore this. I mean, this
Let's
is
just go toward it.
about where we're at.
You know how I do.
So Ted has started walking ahead. What is the rest of the party doing?
I said let's go through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like legitimately. Down the mouth hole, out the booty hole.
I'm updating my post.
Is that where I'm going right now?
I'm going to where we are.
Alright, cool. Let's go.
Do we?
But if there's a way in, there's a way out.
Can't argue with that line.
The white definition of if it bleeds, it can die, is if it eats, I'll come out the butt. Apparently. That's
If I can go in, I can come out.
the connection there.
We're getting out one way or another.
So, you guys continue walking.
Let's go.
The breathing becoming heavier, louder, moving a little bit more air. You see Blythe's hair kind of flow, going back and forth with it. Solomon as well, because you have long blonde hair, don't you? Yeah.
Oh. We got California over here.
As this breath begins getting heavier, you feel this heat kind of coming and going as it breathes, almost like somebody breathing on the back of your neck. It's
So it's coming from
uncomfortable.
behind
It's
us now?
humid. No, it's kind of blowing in your face.
Okay,
but
okay.
It's uncomfortable. It's humid. Whatever it is, as it just continues breathing, almost echoing through the chamber. As you continue deeper down. What?
Small pot again.
Yeah.
No. Do you, Shane?
Shane doesn't know what it smells like.
I
don't know.
He's lying.
This is what I pictured.
Alright, so we're going.
I'm trying to see if I have anything worth casting, but I don't think I do.
Spells, abilities. Check them.
That Sentinel Shield is a attunement item, right?
It is indeed.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to figure out what's going on here.
This damn ring of shooting.
I mean, I guess I could
Rootin' tootin' shooting.
do a detect magic real quick to see if I sense anything magical. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
do that.
forgot I had that.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
The chambers are arcanely lit. That is what actually provides the light through these tunnels and chambers. So it's kind of, you have this energy all around you. It does continue down the tunnel, but you don't feel anything else.
Nothing big or major. Okay.
Not that you can see.
Stupid
flowing blonde hair. This is what I picture.
Your Gru.
No, Gru's twin brother.
Drew?
Wasn't it Stu?
Shane, you didn't put our link on the Twitter post.
Did I really not?
No.
Oh, man. I'm terrible. So you guys do anything else, or we're just going to keep on walking?
I'm keeping walking.
Do I have an item called them beans?
You do indeed. I don't remember what beans they are, but you do indeed have an
Don't they grow beanstalk?
Yes,
oh,
they do.
Yeah,
I was looking, I was like, I really wrote them beans here without any other explanation. And I should be always thinking about them, but I'm not. Okay, we're going.
As you
Jesus
continue
Christ.
down the tunnel, the chamber begins to widen, slowly branching wider and wider. The tunnels, for the most part, as you guys have been traveling down them, have been probably about 15 to 20 feet across. This slowly breaching out to about 100 or 50 to 100 feet, going into this large chamber. The single railway slowly splitting into multiple paths going in different directions.
Which way are we going?
It's still one large chambered room.
I'm
As the
confused.
begins getting louder.
You said it branches off into different.
The rail itself splits, but it's one large chambered room. Think of it like a subway station.
Okay. I didn't realize there were train tracks.
Because we've been walking across a monorail the entire time. The breathing getting heavier, this ash kind of slowly lifting and rising further, starting to almost obscure your vision, the amount that it's moving and dancing in the air. For our lighter-skinned individuals like Blythe and Solomon, it's actually starting to stain your skin as it goes back and forth. You two don't matter as much. He's already gray and you're wood-toned.
You heard it here first.
Alright, I'm gonna let loose another. Hey!
You hear
We're gonna get killed.
some movement, some stones kind of falling, and this kind of twisting sound of steel.
Where'd that come from?
Kind of echoing in this chamber.
What's that?
Well, whatever it is, I feel like we're close.
I agree.
So another kind of hear some rocks fall in the distance, just out of eyesight.
That does not sound promising. I'm gonna take my hammer out.
Okay.
Alright, well, that escalated.
I'm just being prepared.
Alright.
That still sounded like Ketra. Russian. There. That's what I
You alright?
No, I'm struggling tonight to stay in my voice. I don't know why. Russian's usually
Just
the
go-
easy default.
Just go Russian.
I'm just staying there.
I think he can't stay there. He keeps going to catch her. Maybe because you miss him.
Ketra.
I miss you, Justin.
Good on ya.
To your voice.
Ketra.
So, continuing heading deeper into the tunnels, that twisting sound of steel begins as all of a sudden there's a pulling noise. This. I need you to make dexterity saving throws. Blythe, you're good. I'm assuming you're flying.
I'm flying too.
You don't fly. Are you flying with your magic cape?
He is
Advantage
now.
because I'm flying.
That's how he plans to travel now. He travels via Magneto.
11.
He travels via Magneto now. He has himself lifted by a cape and floats like this.
Like Megamind?
I'm not gonna demean my reference of Magneto to Megamind.
15.
just making sure you're aware of that one. Michael,
Yeah.
you get to add your charisma modifier.
Is it like Megamind? Because that I get.
It
understand
gets
the
already built
reference.
into my saving throw.
Okay, you get to add Michael's charisma modifier to your save.
Yeah,
Yes,
so add
no.
plus 4.
15. 19.
19. So, Ted, you managed to leap out of the way as
Oh, do
one
we
of
get
the
catchers?
rails. Yeah, you guys get catchers as well.
His is a plus 3.
Yes, I believe so.
So I'm at a 14.
14? Okay. So, everybody else is good. There's a.
Still doesn't make it enough.
It does not.
Damn it!
There is this loud pulling sound as you hear steel beginning to stretch, and then there's this sudden as one of the rails snaps free from the ground, go whipping past, slamming into Turok, sending him flying and tumbling several feet. Turok, you take 19 points of bludgeon damage as the rail hits you in the chest.
What is that number? 81.
As you go tumbling across the ground, Ted, you just jumping over as the rail snaps and gets pulled off into the darkness. Like something's grabbed really and ripped the rail off.
Coordination! You alright, Rockman?
I'll be okay.
Alright. Well, what in the hell was that?
So we can't see anything down the hall?
It's whatever it is far enough away that it's just out of eyesight.
You said it was a steel beam, right?
It's one of the monorails.
Can I lift it, or is it super, like, how
You want
heavy
to try
is
and
it?
lift it up?
Yeah, I want to see.
They're bolted into the ground. It's basically an I-beam that's like this wide. So you can roll a strength check to try.
Like the Disney Rail monorail.
Giving him
Yeah,
guidance.
think about that thick, yes.
You got more guidance.
It's like 3 or 4
Guidance
cents.
says
So we're talking about.
advantage?
No. Plus 4.
Plus 4, okay.
That's a D4.
So 11, let's see, 11, 15, 19.
19. You squat down and kind of grab onto this rail and try and pull it
The
free.
one that's the one that's bolted down?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you try and lift, you can't even break it free from the bolts.
I can't lift these off the ground. Whatever it is extremely powerful.
It's not one of those things that zinged me, was it?
Is there any magic zings happening?
Any light zings.
You don't see any light zings or fire zings or
No light
ice
zings.
zings.
Could I shoot a firebolt down that direction?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah.
Throw a firebolt. What is it, 120 feet?
Yeah.
So you throw a firebolt, and as it drifts off into the cave, as it slowly begins, the cave is now starting to decrease. The small sconces along the walls, because the chamber has widened so much, they're starting to become where they're only illuminating kind of the edges. In the center, it's almost pitch black. It's difficult to see. The firebolt drifts down the tunnel as it flies, and it slowly gets towards its edge and begins to peter out. You see this massive looming figure just at the tail end of the dim light, only for a second as the fire diminishes off. There's just something just at the edge of that fire, and it's huge, massive in size. Roll perception checks.
Did Shane have a lot of free time today?
I get advantage.
He was cleaning the bathroom.
I demoed the bathroom alone.
So yes, he had a lot of free time to think over things while he demoed a bathroom mindlessly.
It is
Yeah.
based off of
You know, go
hearing.
Caroline
Not
all day.
Perception?
Well, then that roll doesn't count.
At advantage.
Nope, it's based off of hearing. Unless you have something that gives you advantage on hearing.
Some bless.
I have special pixie ears.
I got special ears.
Soft 20.
3, 20,
18.
18,
I need some
22.
dice charming suggestions from the internet. If any of you could tell me how to fix my dice.
Like,
Blow on them, kiss them, and
And
speak good
18?
things to them.
Soft 20.
So 20, 18.
percent.
So
I
you
get,
three,
advantage.
Korok, you're still getting up, kind of getting yourself realigned after getting
man.
beat in the face with a steel bar. You three hear it.
Is it eating?
It's like something chewing.
Like, what's it eating?
Hopefully not the rail.
Probably eating the rail.
Nobody smells that.
I'm a terrible example, no matter what Jackson wants to argue.
I don't know why.
You got a nose for it.
I don't know why you've kept up this facade this long. I just don't know.
Michael, when we lived with the potheads, did I ever smell it?
You're just really committed to it.
He
That's all.
claimed he couldn't smell it.
You're just committed. I
Michael,
get that.
when we lived with the potheads, was I
I
okay
would
with
come
pot?
home and say, "Why does it smell like pot?" And he would say, "Why? I don't know what you're talking about." And like, it smells terrible.
He's just
in the house."
committed.
And you have 8 people smoking a joint upstairs.
It's just such a weird thing to long con, man.
Why do you continue to long con it?
He is pure. He has never put drugs in his body.
That's actually true. Excluding like painkillers because I had surgery.
That's
And even
drugs.
then, I did them for like what? The surgery they wanted me on for 2 weeks, I did them for a day
Those are drugs.
after I did them.
Wesley said, "Can confirm."
Yeah, Wesley was one of the smoking potheads smoking pot in my house.
Long con. You were con, bro. You were con.
Quit letting this man long con.
Don't enable him.
No.
Can confirm.
No.
Alright, anyway.
You guys tell me? You hear a chewing.
Let's head down the tunnel.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I recognize the chewing?
Do I recognize these mandible patterns?
What are you trying to roll for?
if he's chewing in a certain pattern, then
Do
I
they
roll.
sound like pointy teeth or flat teeth?
No, you can't. You cannot roll to see.
No, let me
identify
roll to see if I recognize if
Does it
it's
sound
just
like
a
just
really
a-
big animal.
You can roll a nature check. Go for it.
Is it just like a crunching or is it a piercing sound?
It's just a crunching from this distance.
Oh, so flat teeth.
14.
Herbivore.
14. You don't know of anything that is this large that would be a crunch in here.
How many wild shapes do you have?
What are you looking for?
My
Dice?
minis. All my
I have
minis.
2.
I mean, if we really
I'm so confused.
wanted to recon this thing, I mean,
You get
I can't fly.
Yeah, but like be like a mouse or something. He's not really gonna notice, you know.
I mean, maybe. I wish I could fly finally.
It's an idea.
You're like what, 1 level away?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you know, just be aware of the situation before you send Mouse Ted in there.
I wasn't suggesting it. I was saying it was an idea.
I don't know if I want to get on my mousy belly and go
Reconnaissance.
and reconnoiter the place there.
It could be a fly.
I can't fly.
Oh, it could be a spider.
I can turn into a giant spider.
Cockroach.
You could indeed.
A flying cockroach?
Noticeable.
I give you as much of a pass there as I possibly
I'm
can
not
give.
going to do it. I'm just throwing animals out.
No. I don't think you should.
I don't think I have a peanut butter box. Shane took it.
There's like 2 other people who can fly and recon.
What is Ted made of?
He's probably eating the metal.
He'd eat you.
He gonna eat me.
Probably the other side of the table put that one together or listen, so, you know.
And that it eats things like steel and wood.
And what is Ted?
Steel and wood.
Oh no!
You sound real broke up about it.
Oh no, Ted!
Oh no! Well,
I want to just go
speak
attack.
highly of you after you're gone.
Catch will miss me. That's right, Ted. I'll miss you. I'll miss you, boss. I'll miss you, you cunt. Language.
Language.
He's not even in there to hear this gold. That bastard.
So, what's the plan, team?
Alright.
I mean, we can.
I like to befriend the metal of you.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to take my shield out.
Your metal
I'm
shield?
afraid. Right. I don't want any of this to happen. What are you?
I mean,
Are there rust monsters down there?
Hmm?
No, rust monsters.
Rust monsters.
They're rust monsters.
Are they that big?
what's a rust monster?
Also, yes, that.
A nightmare. They consume your metal things.
Rust monsters are basically the DM has given you too many nice things, and now they want to take them away.
Oh.
Shane was
wow.
gonna put one in the big campaign.
Rude.
I was indeed.
I was the only person that had metal everything.
That's why I did not put them in the game. Then there's beholders that can destroy magic or neutralize magic items temporarily, and
Look, I'm going to go ahead and take the lead, and let's figure this out.
Right, hang on a second. Let me see here.
And it shows when we stand.
hand in hand.
Don't touch hands.
Oh, shit.
I can touch your hand, I just can't touch my face.
Never mind. I didn't pick Fairy Fire. I could have outlined
stand
it.
6 feet apart, and we see.
I had Fairy Fire lined up. Would have been able to outline this behemoth.
I'm assuming it's way too.
It's a big creature. I rolled the big dice.
Well, is it considered a humanoid?
No, I will tell you straight up, it is not a humanoid.
I don't know.
Can I try talking?
Yeah.
I feel like
Hello, creature down the aisle.
it's usually the last thing.
Hello.
You're gonna yell down to it.
I
Are
already
you
ate it.
sentient?
The crunching stops. You hear moving, shifting, the stone kind of cracking and giving way as this.
We are.
Speaking
We
the
are.
language we understand.
Sounds like a relative of yours, rocking.
I don't understand his language.
Are we sure?
I already ate them. I'm all out of ideas past that.
The ground trembles and shakes. This 200-foot tall chamber rattling. Stalactites breaking free, falling and crashing into the ground as this creature begins to move slowly, heading towards you. This lumbering. As it slowly, you hear this creaking as wind begins to move this. As it breathes, all the ash rushes past you all, flying down the tunnel, as this head slowly comes from the darkness, limbing down. It's elongated, almost draconic and canine-like. Ridged nose that kind of pulls back with spikes pulling off in all directions. This massive mane of orange and red hair that stretches down its back, going all the way down. This is not something that you're going to find in a monster manual, by the way.
Orange.
You spelled my name wrong.
Oh.
As it slowly leans down, its purpled skin, as it kind of grits in, its fingernails cracking into the stone as its head looms down. Its head alone is probably about 15 feet long.
That's how Justin spelled it on the boat. There's one correction.
As it slowly brings its face down and begins looking over all of you.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I feel.
That language I would speak?
What languages do you speak?
All of them.
Sure as hell ain't druid, dinosaur, common,
Common,
dwarven,
Sylvan,
or
Dwarven, Primordial.
I feel like it should be primordial.
I was iffy with Primordial. I changed my mind before, but give me a second.
What?
Despite you.
I feel like it's just as
It don't look like an animal either, does it?
It's got a lot of animalistic features, but it is not an animal.
Oh, so
innately.
speak with animals and you ain't gonna allow it.
Is it a double dog?
No. If you want, you can roll an intelligence check to see if you know what it is.
Double dog?
Who, her?
Anybody.
I'm intelligent.
Ooh.
17.
21.
21, okay. 17.
Are you gonna give it to us or should I roll?
It's up to you. You decide if you're going to roll first.
I feel like 21's high enough that I would get it. I don't want to risk rolling and having
Right, have them increase it.
And you got guidance.
Yeah, you don't speak this language.
All that.
I had to look it up.
And I threw guidance.
Do I know what it is with the 21?
No.
Okay.
Do I know what it is
would,
with 17?
No.
I would like to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
Oh shit. You just do that in the first place.
So I'm going to cast that and I'm going to say,
You don't want to waste the spell slot.
Friend, we are just travelers.
As it comes into the light, I will give you the opportunity, you especially, if Ketcher was here, I'd let him do it too,
I'm gonna roll for Ketra.
to roll a intelligence check looking him over.
10.
No.
Damn, I should just use my horns.
Nine?
He has branding across his body that you see, but you don't recognize. You wouldn't know. That's the only
Would
reason
anybody know?
I'm a
It'd be
breaker
the
of
two of
all
them.
chains. Why wouldn't I know?
because it's not that kind of branding. It's different. There's a reason the two of them would know that you wouldn't.
Slave branding.
So as it leans in, you hear it speak again. You do not recognize this language at all, but it goes, "Are you contestants?"
Who we are? Are we trespassing on your home? Or have you put here
I
some
thought it
sort
was
of
a
a
new word
trial
we
for
made.
us?
For every hour I waste of contested time, I get freed 1,000 years sooner.
Oh shit! Can we hear this? Is he speaking common?
No.
All right.
I feel like this is literally
You would hear what I say
the
though,
higher
right?
exam.
Right, you would hear everything.
Yeah, you hear their side. You hear.
Okay, so
So you get freed from your bonds 1,000 years for every time you waste our time. How long are you trapped for?
Millennia.
A minute?
No, that's only 1,000 years. Yeah.
And we can make that deal. Hold on.
A million years?
Yeah.
A million years is a long time.
It's a hell of a long time. I'm talking like a million years.
Who has trapped you here?
No. Here. Circe participates in the tournaments.
Circe?
Circe, it's a planet, or a realm, a plane of existence. If you want to roll an intelligence check, you can.
Everybody? Or just certain people?
well, just me. I'm the only one who
Yeah,
understands.
you're the
But
one.
I
I'm
got.
sorry, Kari.
Which one is it?
Carceri.
Wait, say it again so Michael can do it for the website.
C-A-R.
Hold on.
Hold on!
What color is that in now? I'm panicking.
Sari?
There you go.
And you were aware of
Sari?
Yeah, Carceri.
Kasiri.
Kasiri. Yeah, Karsiri.
Karsirians.
No fire gear beyond this point, boys.
Yeah, this poor boys.
Carceri, you're trapped from Carceri. I don't know of that place. I'm purposely saying everything that they're saying so you all understand exactly where the conversation's going.
Do you want to roll now that you guys are...
What's Karsiri?
I'm going to use the big dice to roll for him.
We get it.
I wish I had a
Big.
bigger one.
Just donk.
No. Blythe?
I got a 9.
Mm-mm.
Ted, you got a 16.
Ted didn't. Ted, are you doing the
Did you
check?
roll?
I'm checking for if I know what a Carcerian is. I don't need to roll for that.
Oh wait, I need to. I have this point ability. I keep forgetting.
Does Ted know about Carcerian? No.
I have one too. Where is it? I should probably use. Where
You
is
get
it?
advantage on rolls.
No. I can work. Well, yeah.
I appreciate your faith.
There is one that lets you
Oh,
auto
then
succeed.
luck, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's one. It's a chaotic
Yeah, it's,
thing.
you can,
Tides of chaos advantage on one roll.
Yeah. So you want to take
And
advantage
then-
on this one?
I mean, why not?
and then you can't use it again, or you get it back after
get
your
it back
wild magic,
After
right?
a wild magic or
Yeah.
long.
Y'all got guidance. That's a cantrip, bro. I should have been using it more often.
I got a 12.
You get 84.
Yeah,
I-
16.
And you get to add your intelligence modifier. It's a 0, isn't it?
So 16.
Mwah.
What is your name?
14.
14.
18.
You know it's a plane of existence. It's one of the outer planes, but you don't know anything else about it.
We're going to the outer rim, boys.
He looks at you and he
Ew.
goes, the realm of prisons.
Oh.
Yes.
So I wasted all my crap.
I've heard of the
Carcerian,
realm of
Carcerian.
prisons before, but I
Man,
do
they're
not know
so,
the
they're
name.
so witty.
What is your name? If I might ask. Loth?
Loth. The Spider Queen?
Just a name.
Who's Loth? What's Loth?
This being is Loth.
Howdy, Loth.
Loth, what? You're trapped. Why are you trapped then? What would put you in such a predicament?
I assaulted the plane of the gods.
I understand that somewhat.
He reaches over and he grabs one of the beams. He begins snapping and breaking off as he bites into it. You see as these razor sharp but jagged teeth, some of them broken, missing holes in some of them as he bites through and rips the chunk of steel as he begins chewing it.
Does that provide you actual
see-
sustenance?
His veins bulge on his neck as he and gets a little bit bigger.
I see it does. Well, Loth, I understand that you slowing us down would definitely aid your own cause, but we have to get through. We don't have much choice.
He brings his hand up, and as he does, you see this molten kind of steel begin emanating from his pores on his hands as he flings it across the tunnel. You can see there's like 30 people that are currently wrapped in steel, fused almost to the walls, as they're screaming in pain. Molten steel kind of dripping off of them.
Tor.
Perchance.
Ask him if we can make a deal of some sort.
I'm getting there. Perchance, I know how to get your freedom.
He kind of crouches his head down, his brow kind of ruffles, he looks at you and he goes, "And how is that?"
Well, do you know what the prize is for the blood tournament?
A wish.
Indeed. I don't think that we have any definite plans for what to use our wish for. If we knew that we had an ally in you, perchance that could be what we would use it for.
He looks at you and he goes, "Do not let my size betray my intellect. One does not enter this tournament without an expectations of what to use their wish for."
I think that would be for most people, but our party is entering this tournament for very selfless reasons. I personally am trying to rescue my partner who is enslaved by the people who are putting this tournament on, and the others here feel a need to protect their realm from a dangerous force. Additionally,
Yes.
there is
I want to do it more.
a friend of theirs that's being offered as a prize. Yes.
The blood sacrifice for the wish.
Well, then that puts a kink in things, doesn't it?
What's that?
It turns out that the Niflheim is the blood sacrifice for the wish. They're going to have to kill her to cast the wish.
Oh, so there's no wish this time. Got it.
Well, there is. Just, you have to kill Eve to do it.
Can we kill someone else?
Yeah, point. If we're gonna save Eve, then
Well, you've just thrown a very big kink into what I was discussing.
Do you wish to walk back and make a discussion with your friends before moving forward?
I guess we could do that.
What are we doing?
It's his hand for you to step back as he rights himself.
He's letting us go talk for a moment.
Yeah, let's go do that. You see the way he hit that there metal? Holy shit!
He likes eating metal things, right? Just
Yeah, I'm metal.
okay.
You're wood. Can I throw this out there?
I'm metal.
Why don't you have your hat of disguise, right?
Yeah, it's not a tune no more. I put on other shit.
He's stuck in jail for 1,000,000 years.
Right.
We tell him he's just gonna go against our wishes.
He already said that he's super smart, and there's no way we could, he knows that we're not going to free him. Especially not that I told him that the Niflheimen's our friend.
Not your friend.
Yeah, I took off the hat for sure.
Okay, but if he likes eating metal things, what if we all gave him something to eat?
He has plenty of food.
Just saying.
He's got a lot of food. He don't need no more metal.
Not you, Ted. Clearly.
Or maybe he's never had that kind of metal.
Maybe.
Maybe it's like a delicacy.
I can see how you became queen.
If you will.
No, I'm all rusted now. It's been a long time in the ocean.
Is the Heavenly Seven still behind us?
No.
You ever seen them?
They were following us for a little while.
They went ahead.
You seen what he did to them other
You
people?
guys went over, they went down. Or no, Alex climbed up. No, they ran ahead.
Do you think we backtrack and go a different way, or?
There was.
Did you see what he did to them other people?
I sure did.
What do you think?
I would like to save those people if I could, but I don't think that's even
cares?
doable.
Well,
This guy. They're
they're
His
dead.
whole purpose is to waste our time.
He's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job.
Well, and if we stuck around to save everybody, how much time are we spending here?
I mean, I like to punch things, but there ain't no punching that there.
How long does copyright language last for?
Not long enough.
I think it's an hour.
It's an hour. Well,
What was your name?
Torok.
Eric.
Torok. Take as long as you need.
Yeah, I bet.
Is your microphone plugged in, Anthony? Yeah, it is.
What?
Okay. It just looks funny from this angle.
I have an idea. He gets time cut off of his thing for wasting time.
Right.
Okay, but what if we let him waste our time, but then he helps us get to the top?
How much longer do we have?
I don't know. How long do you think it would take a creature his size to
I
get?
don't think he needs us to allow him to waste our time. He can just throw molten rock at us and kill us.
True. Well, maybe we give him something else in the deal, but
That would probably undercut his other deal he has with whatever thing told him to waste our time.
I mean, but he's already. How many people were in chains up there?
30 on one wall.
So, I mean, that's already compounding, I would assume. So, for every hour, for 30 people, that's technically 30,000 hours.
That's still not that many.
Well, relative to 1,000,000 years,
Million,
no,
yeah.
it's not that a lot. However, if we can find a way to make a deal with him, yes, to maybe spend, I don't know, however long it needs to take for it to be acceptable to him.
can someone conjure fey or conjure? Let's just conjure a bunch of things for him to hold back.
It has to be contestants.
Oh, damn it, you're right.
Sitting on a dock in the bay.
If he knows how to get us to the top, it only takes, just for example, 5 minutes. Yeah, why don't we just hang out here for a
But
while?
why would he do that when he could just do that anyways?
He probably
Yeah, he could
won't.
just like
We have
imprison
to
us,
find
right?
some way to make it enjoyable for him, or make it more prosperous for him.
Put on a show.
We don't know anything about these creatures.
I don't think we even know what it is yet. We just know his name is Loth.
You do not know what he is yet.
He says that he was put into jail or put in prison because he attacked the realm of the gods.
What is
Maybe
So is he a good guy
Mount
or a bad
Celestia.
guy?
I would venture to say not very good.
Says I'm one of the Titans.
Yeah.
He might be a Titan. What do Titans
I
like?
mean, clearly he can just do whatever he wants to us without us making a deal with him, right?
There's nothing
He just
we're
put us on. He can just put us on the wall. Be like, "Oh, I got you anyway." Oh. Right?
There's probably nothing we could conceivably give.
What can we give this bean? He's got all the metal he needs to eat. You don't need no more metal. Let's get that out. Let's just put that out there right now. You don't need no more metal.
We know one thing he doesn't need.
He doesn't need no
Can
more
we-
metal.
Is there? Can we just ask him?
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna stay back here while you do that.
Loth.
Kind of slowly eases himself back down.
We have some propositions, but also we need some input from you.
God. Sir,
We're problem solving. We're problem solving
Sir,
here.
very bad at negotiations.
No,
I didn't buy a car.
I'm sure.
Nobody speaks for your group. I feel I have chosen the wrong one to speak to.
But I'm the only one who can speak to you, unfortunately. It is a spell. I don't know your language. Don't even know your race.
He kind of looks over the party. His eyes kind of lock onto Blythe for a second. He's been speaking in Sylvan and Fae. Do you speak for them better than him?
She's not the right one.
Maybe.
I see her start talking to him. I'm gonna
speaking-
back up
she's
even
speaking
more. I'm gonna back it up even more.
It's like standing in the tunnel. He's like looking, like doing some stretches to run.
I'm gonna back it up
all
even
need to
more.
make it to the top or just one?
All. We're separate
I
contenders.
feel like beneficially it would be all
Look,
of us.
the point that I'm trying to get at, and you can communicate with her now if you'd like to. She is a queen.
He rights himself as he kind of slowly sits, and you hear this as he sits on his backside and kind of crosses his legs. He's somewhat humanoid in the torso. These really, really elongated arms with these outstretched hands that kind of sprawl out in all directions. This canine face, as you can now see, goes into this thick neck that kind of immediately stretches out into shoulders. This mane, almost like a horse's mane, where it drops back down about halfway down his back and kind of tails off all the way to his tail, kind of going into this long lion-like tail that kind of drops down next to him as he sits to his hind legs, and he kind of looks to all of you. He goes, "Would common serve you all better?" As he speaks to the party.
I do know common,
Yes.
yes.
Hey, I understand you now.
We need to make it to the top, obviously.
How do we avoid that?
How quickly could you get up there?
I cannot leave this chamber.
Oh,
As he goes to stick his hands through the... Now you see he is basically seated in front of the tunnel as it continues past. He goes to pass his hand as he hits this
so
barrier.
are we safe right now? Are we on the other side of it?
Uh-uh.
I am, right?
So, like, there's this big circular chamber that you guys are in, currently talking to him. There's the tunnel you guys came in, and there's a tunnel behind him. Where
I'm
everything is.
at the mouth of the tunnel.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like right at
I'm
the
a
edge.
step.
As he goes to hit, you see these arcing sparks as he starts sticking his fingers through. You see the skin beginning to rip away from his hand as he passes his fingers through all the way. As he pulls it back, it immediately begins to heal and fix.
So, I have two questions. Would trying to contact Adam be considered praying?
That says yes to me in his face.
More than likely. But then two, do we even have a way to contact Adam down here? Outside of the no praying thing.
No, you don't have any sources of Adam.
Okay. Alright, there we
I'm
go.
yelling, "Hey, do you know Ubertal?
Long ago?
What's he like? I've been trying to pray to him. He don't answer."
Ted!
During the war with the Primordials, he aligned himself with the gods.
Mm.
It earned himself a bad reputation.
No, so you don't like him?
My brother and I were the one that bound him in his chains and threw him into the pits.
I want to back up a little bit more.
So perceivably,
Fair enough.
so perceivably, then you're a primordial.
Older. My breed is known as the Behemoths of Lucifer.
Oh,
That's his
Those
name.
creatures.
We know his grandson. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Who?
Adam.
No, nephew.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, it took me a minute to figure that one out.
Yeah, we know his nephew.
You know the one bound within the tree.
Yes.
Yes.
Just kind of adjusts himself a little bit. You see he reaches over and rips up another piece of steel. Somebody's like strapped to it, like melted partially into it. He bites them in two and puts it down, blood kind of leaking on the floor.
Does that count as wasting hours?
Do you think they can make it to the top now?
I don't know. It's just a question.
I mean, technically, you're wasting all their hours now at this point because they can't go anywhere ever again.
Yeah, didn't think about that, did you?
He knows. Unless someone wishes to free them.
Oh, thanks.
Nah, we're
No,
good.
hard pass.
Nah. They made their bed.
So,
Because think about it, like, these people are fused to the wall. He's giving you guys the opportunity to talk. So clearly, they made some attempts.
Or maybe they just attempted to attack him.
Maybe we ask
not
him
talk.
why he's letting us talk. Like, why is he caring so much whether or
yeah.
not we engage in this conversation?
why are we different from them? Because what that is.
You are no different.
Okay, so
They
All
had
contestants are given the opportunity to speak. I do not wish to take life.
so what did they do differently?
Hey!
They attacked.
Okay.
They tried to run by.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
They attempted to skirt what I need, which is time.
What else do you need?
What if we could, like, find a phoenix? Wouldn't that help him?
He's immortal, so
Exactly, so it could just turn his clock forward a million years.
you mean a sphinx?
Is that what I said?
You said phoenix.
I knew what I
okay.
meant.
No, yeah, Sphinx makes more sense.
I knew what I meant. My bad.
Now you know what it's like every time I say a sentence and you guys look at me like I'm crazy. I know what I meant just fine. Just because it wasn't words that made sense doesn't mean anything.
Or words that exist.
It's, that's fair.
Hey,
How
I
do you guys
got,
want to continue? Do you want to fraudulate this guy some information, or
I don't know why.
I'm not fraudulating shit.
I don't think any of us thought that was an option. Why? I don't know why you
no?
tried.
That was just me just throwing.
Hey, I'll go look for a sphinx for you.
What happens when the tournament's over? Do you stay here or you go back to...
At the end of the 24 hours, I am sent back to my cell.
Okay,
Carceria already has fighters prepared.
I see.
Fighters prepare for what?
Every plane participates in the tournament.
No.
But there's
They have chosen others more capable than myself.
Wait, what?
So you're telling me there's people from that plane that can do worse things than the
you?
flame molten magma?
Magma.
Carceria is a prison realm. Every prisoner too dangerous to be contained within the others, or the 9 hells are contained there.
Maybe they shouldn't be in the tournament.
Those fighters fight for their freedoms. If they were to win, they will wreak havoc across the plains.
My statement stands, and they shouldn't be in the tournament.
Okay, so just to throw it out there. Obviously, I think we're all in agreement here. We're not going to attack you.
Hey, can we pass though?
No.
It occurred to me nobody died.
No, that's fair.
I left it as a roll. Straight up.
Try before you pry.
Please?
Straight up, it was a roll. 11 and up, yes. 10 and below, no. I got a 2.
Shane rolled it.
Please? Can we go past?
He looks you over and he goes, my purpose is to get my own freedom.
Okay.
It is
I
understandable.
was just trying to throw guidance on him. Like, roll but a little bit of sex.
I think most of us would do.
They also have to touch him.
He knows not to walk up and touch him. From the other side of the room, you're gonna run over. No, wait!
Gonna inspect their gadget.
Will you
extend their
re-roll?
arm it.
No.
I would come up.
I think most of us understand that you would do almost anything for freedom.
Can you imagine this man would say yes?
Powerful force.
And that's only contestants can move freely throughout the chambers.
Not this one.
They could.
How far can we go before you smash us?
Do not attempt to step through the gates.
Which gate?
The door behind me.
So
You
we-
can't see it. He's in front of it.
So we can go like up to it.
I have a question. What if you became a contender?
Kind of tilts his head towards you and he goes, you would need the mark of one of the original contestants.
Ketra.
Can we do that?
A direct bloodline.
Can we do that?
Meet our friend Ketra.
Oi, how you doing?
Is this where you saw this going?
This was a foreseeable solution to it.
That in the fucking roll of yes, you went back.
Yeah,
God damn it!
Yeah, you just had to ask. Good luck, let's have fun.
Yes,
There's 5 solutions to this little endeavor.
Take a parting gift with you. There you go. So kind. Listen, thank you.
Son of a bitch.
He writes and adjusts himself and he
Send a
goes,
postcard.
only contestants may move through this chambers freely.
So I ask, do you want it tattooed on you, or would you rather wear it as
Do
a...
you want to be a
as a necklace?
contestant? You can fight for your own freedom that
And
way.
you can move freely. Son of a bitch.
Could I ask the rules of the tournament? Do you know them very well?
I do not.
I wonder if you'd have to fight for Carceria or if you could fight for the material plane.
Well, if he has our medallion, wouldn't he be fighting for us?
Material world, and he is a material girl.
The material plane marks each of their contestants based off of the 5 blood kingdoms.
So you...
All others are marked in other ways.
In theory, if you win, you get your freedom, right? That's how it works. Right?
One of you can roll a persuasion check.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
I have a
Okay,
+9.
do we want a 16 for it? Do we think a 16 is good enough with whatever?
And guidance.
Plus, can we add a guidance to his?
So does that stack?
The Proteans just immediately replaces the D20 roll.
Okay,
Right.
stand by.
So it's a soft 20?
And you get to add a plus...
No, it's not safe.
Oh, you're right.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Doesn't
He didn't make the decision to roll beforehand, though.
That would be sweet.
Blythe gets a +9 to persuasion checks.
Okay, and then we can give her 2 guidances.
Guidance doesn't stack.
Bitch.
So would it be 16 plus my 9?
I believe Bless can stack into that. They don't have points.
You don't have blessed.
So it'd
Take
be
us
the
for it.
16 plus the 9 plus a
my
D4.
9 plus D4.
God, sure.
So a 25 plus a D4. I feel like that.
I don't like the look on his face right now.
So that's a
27.
27. How do you want to try and sway him? What are you saying, Blythe?
I said with his freedom. He would
Rousing speech.
theoretically, wouldn't you get your freedom if you win? It didn't say you
What if
had to
his
fight for them.
understanding of the tournament?
You didn't. It didn't say you had to fight for them. You just had to fight and win. Right?
You have Luke told me. He writes himself and kind of adjusts for a minute. He looks at you and he goes, I prefer Brand.
Cantrip?
Do it.
Right.
Do it. Do it.
Keitra.
Right, here you go.
Petra
This might
walks
hurt
up
a
to
bit.
him
This might hurt a bit.
and brands Loth the Behemoth.
Yes!
Become a new friend.
As he brings his hand up and sticks it through the gate and his hand passes through.
So are we friends now?
He kind of cracks his neck as he does. He begins to shift, his body popping and twisting every which way.
We don't have to use the word friends. We could just...
As he slowly reduces in
Acquaintances.
size and turns into almost a kobold-sized
What?
creature.
What?
He looks like he's probably about 3 or 4 feet tall with this long dog face. He kind of walks almost like a gorilla.
What happened to the rest of your body?
The tunnels are not designed for my size.
No, that's fair
I
enough.
want to drag you into a battle.
Oh my god.
He puts his hand out and lifts you off the ground. He goes, my size, not my strength, has been reduced.
I'm not heavy. That was impressive.
Oh. Alright, let's go.
Let's not immediately
Let's go through the door.
Are you tiny inside right now?
let's not immediately insult our new potential ally
Here we
here.
go through the door,
I'll say
please.
he lifts Torok. He grabbed Torok, went...
Let's go through the
Roll your
code.
check for Zorok. You're heavy as shit. It's fine, he does it.
Oh, you're beefy.
Beefy boy.
Big beefy boy.
That's
He
a
looks
lot
at
of
you and he
strength.
goes, "We will need to find another way to disguise me."
Oh! I feel like we have a way for you to
Why do you need to be disguised?
borrow something.
My marks are visible by all those in Cercia. If they recognize me, they will be slain immediately.
Can you borrow?
That's you said there though, right? It's visible there. We're not there. We're here.
No. Anybody from there can recognize his brands.
Are there folks here from there?
Contestants within the tournaments.
So we
And
kill them.
awarded.
Can we allow him to borrow something?
Will I get it back?
I do not know what you speak of.
First of all, he's got to get a tune to it though.
It only takes half an hour.
We can take a short rest.
And listen to the screams of all the people on the walls. I feel like all the people on the walls right now are looking at us like, the fuck?
Y'all should have just asked. All right, so listen here. What does he look like to me?
He's like
A little cobalt dog dragon.
he's not like a kobold. He's
Does he
just,
look more like a dog?
no, he's that height of a kobold.
Does he look more like a dog?
Yeah, he's like a dog in the face.
So, Dogman, listen. Alright, I got this here hat. I'll put it upon thine head. And you can disguise yourself at will into other critters. I just want it back, that's all. I like it.
That's fair.
That's about it. How about it?
You said that's fair.
Oh, okay, it's a big. Yeah. I know exactly what those are.
You gonna give it back?
He looks and he goes, I have no interest in keeping your belongings.
Fair enough.
So he shakes with you.
Here you go.
Whoop! He puts the hat on, kind of adjusts it a little bit on
It
his
takes a
head.
little bit for it to kick in, though.
So short rest.
I feel like we
Just
just
have
keep
to sit
walking.
for
It'll
a little
probably be
bit
a
of
half
time.
hour, right?
It,
There's nobody around
It's no
us, right?
activity. As long as nothing takes place over
Oh,
that, I'll give
okay.
it to you for the
Alright,
benefit of
cool.
it. He
Cool,
looks and he
cool,
goes,
cool,
See, you're the one saying that.
yeah. He looks at you and he goes, I must take care of something first.
Is he there like all the people?
See, let's go in the temple, and he goes. As he begins, you see the room begin to illuminate as all the steel wrapped around the people begin to rapidly heat.
Oops.
They begin screaming
Wait,
agony,
what are you doing?
removing contestants.
Fair enough.
It's collateral damage.
As he closes his hand, and you see the magma just burst
Magma.
out and then fall to the ground as you hear all the screams just immediately stop.
Our decision might not have been the best one.
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good one. He's on our side. Let's go.
It's part of doing business.
Roll my hit dice.
The lawful good character is like, what have I done?
Oh,
By the way,
my hit dice.
for the sake of your conscience and well-being,
And brevity.
he lit up one side for you to see, and there was 30 people. The other side was just as filled.
Wait,
So we're walking in low activity, right?
Huh?
All right, cool.
6.
I'd like to distance myself a little bit from him.
Okay.
As we're walking, I just want to ask him questions about Ubertal. Like, what was he like?
Cocky.
Yeah, I try to pray to him. He don't answer. Is that normal? I'd be speaking in tongues and everything. He don't answer.
When we ripped his tongue out and flayed most of his flesh bound in chain, I don't think he can respond too well.
All right.
That explains a lot, Ted.
That does explain a lot. That's why he don't answer me.
I'd like to look down at she and be like, I know you're not very old, but do you know anything about that creature?
She responds back, Behemoths are fearsome and terrifying in their own rights. They
Okay.
only serve one purpose,
Which is to kill the gods.
to serve Lucifer.
Oh, I understand.
I shall become
If
Lucifer's
given a
bride.
command, he will turn on you immediately.
It's a hefty goal.
Be cautious.
Of course.
What's he look like?
Similar to a man with darker skin and scaled hands.
Any tips?
Lucifer?
No. Ubertal.
Ubertal. No, Ubertal.
Any tips
We're doing
for
Uber talk.
Do you know where he is? Now I'm curious.
Yeah, where's he at?
Bound within the beastlands.
Where's that?
Where that? New
The
phone.
plane. You all do not seem versed enough to prepare for this tournament.
That's fair. That's real fair.
You're talking potentially 30 to 45 teams participating. Each realm stronger than the next, sending some of their greatest fighters. Are you really the best the material plane has to offer right now?
Yes.
I'm just.
We got a whole lot of gumption.
We got gumption. I'm all that.
I
We
do my
got gumption.
persuasion for my.
We
I got an 18 plus 9.
He looks
My
at
God.
you, and because he's monotoned for the most part, very stoic in the face. He doesn't seem to be showing much emotion. In the most stoic way possible, he gives you an eyebrow raise to what you say.
That he believed me?
No, not at all.
I got an 18 plus 9.
I rolled a natural 20.
So you said he's in the Beastlands plane.
Side quest.
Freeing Ubatow.
No. Our new friend put him where he is. Maybe he deserves to be there.
Excluding you 5, who else have you aligned with?
Shark Man.
Yeah, Sharkman. Yeah.
Are we aligned with them?
Sort of.
I would say so at this point.
A murderous psychopath is real quick.
Oh yeah, she likes to drink stuff.
And another big beefy boy.
Let's put it on the table that they are loose allies. They will kill us at the end.
The next bracket of the tournament requires a participation of a team.
Maybe they're trying to ally with us.
If we're being honest, I could see them allying with us throughout the tournament. Now, when it came down to getting that wish,
They're gonna kill us.
that's probably where we're going to run into some issues. Presuming any of us make it that far.
That's also fair.
I will.
God's blessing.
Ubatow bless you.
Continuing just to walk with the group.
Yeah, I'm just talking to him about Ubatow. I don't know.
Oh,
You go. You
yeah.
go ahead. I'm just talking meaningfully.
So-
Small talk.
is there a reason that you attacked the realm of the gods?
To return the power to the rightful king,
Who that?
the morning sun, the firstborn of Hail.
Lucifer. Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, his nephew's real big on that.
The one bound within a tree,
Yes, his name's Adam.
He goes by Adam, yes. Friends?
fitting, unknown. The war against the gods happened after he was bound away and the mothers were killed.
Sorry.
That was eons ago.
I was there.
Yeah, because you jacked up Ubatow for his troubles, right?
When the war with the gods began, the primordials immediately took the side of their father. Ubatow forsook them, attempting to bind with the gods, believing that they would lead better. Ao had given them their gift, and they, for some reason, Ubatow believed that that gift was rightfully theirs.
So Ubatow betrayed the primordials?
That is why he is known as the Betrayer.
I don't think I like him very much.
I mean,
Yeah, there's reasons.
Ubatow did nothing wrong.
Hashtag justice for Ubatow.
Free Ubatow.
Free my man Ubatow.
Free Ubatow 2020.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Do nothing wrong.
He made infractions against my people.
Yeah, just infractions.
What you're saying is racial slander over there. I don't appreciate it.
Alright, so I mean, he just had
Justice for Genasi.
He just had a difference of opinion. He's probably just fine with Rockman.
I bet that's one Ubatow.
It's a racial slur. You're using racial slurs to refer to now.
What, Rockman?
Yeah.
We called you Rockman the whole time.
And I just realized that it was all from a racist point of view. turns out you're using your religion to say the things you want to say.
Well, yeah.
You don't like the R word either, Ted.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different R words.
Dinosaur, robot,
Oh, robot.
dinosaur.
Oh my god, so he's bound up. So he ain't answering no time. He ain't got no damn tongue. He ain't gonna answer.
Alright, yeah, no, I mean, that's a lot to take in, though. Like,
What about my moms? Saloon and Cher.
Saloon and Shaw, the goddesses that destroyed themselves.
That's what I said.
Sailor Moon and Chair?
Yeah, my moms.
They are the mothers of most life. What do you wish to know?
I don't know what they got going on now. They're gonna be
They're
there.
gone.
they destroyed themselves.
Their
Alright.
conflict destroyed one another, giving birth to the gods, opening the domains of power for creatures to come forth and claim them.
How do you feel about Stirgenboss? I feel like he's a
The Godslayer.
solid neutral, right?
He follows the rules of Ao, and is a direct follower of the god.
So yes.
So no.
Oh.
Wait, so
Ao bound my father within the plains of the Inferno, to never be freed again for simply creating life that Ao did not approve.
you don't like AO?
No.
Alright, cool.
No, that's kind of been the point of this whole thing.
I need a freaking flow chart for all these gods and shit because I'm still confused.
Oh, hold on, I've got.
Well, it looks like now at this point,
Actually, I've got.
Saloon and Shaw
okay.
followed each other,
Hold on,
killed
hold
each
on.
other, created all the gods.
The gods. Okay.
Yes.
And the
They
primordials.
created Ao, and then Ao.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There's an actual flowchart, but Ao came first.
Okay.
It's unknown.
Alpha and Omega, come on.
Alpha and Omega. It's unknown where Ao came from. Some rumors are that he is from another planet, another extra galactic area, and he came here, basically bored and created his own. Whatever it may be, Ao came to be. Ao created Lucifer so that he can create things with somebody else, so he was not alone,
Okay.
as they were creating the planes of existence. Lucifer began populating the planes of existence because he felt that they were pointless to exist with nothing there, which pissed Ao off. Ao bound him into the Inferno. Ao created his two daughters. The two daughters continued to create life with Ao's permission, thus where all your other life
The two
comes
daughters
from.
again?
Sailor Moon and Cher. Or in Cher.
Sailor Moon and
Yeah,
Cher.
here it goes.
Yeah. The two daughters created most of the life. Everyone worshipped them together, thus creating love and harmony. Eventually, worship started to go from one side to the other, thus creating animosity between them, thus creating a war between Sailor Moon and Cher. Which, to be expected.
It is to be expected.
One's a moon princess, the other one's an okay singer sometimes.
Whoa.
You're talking about the Queen of Autotune. How dare you,
Who was she
there you
married to, like, forever ago?
Sonny?
Sunny.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he died.
Horrible snowmobile.
Is that what it was?
Skiing.
I thought it was a snowmobile.
I thought he skied into a tree.
How did I not know?
Sunny and Chair?
I thought he skied into a
I
tree.
don't know. You know who knows?
He might have snowmobiled into a tree.
I think it was skiing.
But
Anyways,
Alright,
Sailor Moon
so
and Cher went to war because they were the only two basically gods at that point in time. Their conflict caused the two of them to be
No
slayed.
skiing.
As they were slayed,
Stand
their
corrected.
energy dispersed out, thus creating the initial pantheon of gods. It also left domains open. Other gods and beings of power grabbed those domains, thus making themselves into gods. That's why you have mortal gods versus immortal gods.
okay.
which were the primordials.
The primordials were created by Lucifer.
And Upatal's a primordial. And then they turned on the gods.
Yes,
Like
because they
Titans.
wished for the power that the gods had left over. They
And
wished
then
to free
Upatal
Lucifer.
betrayed
once
them
again.
because he's like, nah, the gods are pretty cool.
He felt that the gods could be in more control than the primordials would,
I mean,
because
so
the
opposite.
primordials are very
I mean, we
violent and
They're
aggressive.
kind of
and final.
we met Vishnar.
Yeah.
Who did Lucifer create? Like, what life did he create that
The
upset
primordials.
Ao?
I think it's
Okay.
all
he
the
created the
primordials,
primordial
all the
gods.
beginning beings.
So the
things
primordial
from
gods
Square-
were created by Lucifer, and they are just raw power.
raw power. Yeah, they are the definition of raw power. Hence why the elemental planes are built around their power. Like
Understood.
the original primordials are still dormant within those planes, like the very, very first things, and that's what literally creates those planes. Is that massive power that's just seeping off.
So the primordials fought with the gods,
Lost.
lost, and thanks to Upatal, right?
Yeah, he was kind of the big deciding factor.
So
there.
then why did Upatal get locked up if he was on the winning side?
because the
Because
two
he-
behemoth brothers got a hold of him.
He also betrayed his own.
Because the Lucifer was pro-primordial.
Yeah.
He's team primordial.
Mhm.
So his people locked my man up,
Mhm.
even though the gods won.
Mhm.
and they have done nothing to free my man. And he helped him. And he helped him fucking win.
Yeah.
In all of this,
So the gods
I
are dickheads.
feel like being
Gotcha.
from the elemental plane, like Lucifer's not
Fucking
really
gods.
a bad guy to us.
Lucifer's not a bad guy to most people that know his information.
Mm.
It's just that information is not freely
Right.
shared and explained.
So what happened to Lucifer when his team lost?
So are we
He's bound within the Inferno.
are we having
good.
this conversation with Loth?
I'm assuming it.
Just to make it back and forth.
To make
Anyway,
it canon enough that you guys have an understanding.
It's canon.
Yeah, to make it canon enough that you guys have an understanding. of
Alright,
the
so
universe.
now I'm understanding why my man Upatal, even though he was on the winning team, got F'd in the A.
Yeah, the Primordial got their hands on him.
Alright, so and the gods have done nothing to free my man. What's up with that?
Alright.
The gods don't do very much for any
Right.
primordial being.
They
Correct.
serve themselves, hence why we fought against them.
Alright, well. Maybe my man hates him now.
You said you don't know Adam, right?
After my time, before my time, along my time.
You said you were
Timelines
there
get
when he
complicated.
Okay.
Didn't you say you were there when you got?
He was there when they got bound into the tree, and he would have been in existence when Adam was created. But at the same
He
time,
lived on the other street, basically. He didn't know that street.
yeah, he wouldn't have been there for
He
that.
went to a different school.
He went to a different school,
I
but in the
just
same
assumed
town.
if he was there when he got put into a tree, then you probably knew him before he got put into the tree.
No one knew Adam before he got put into the tree.
He was like a secretive love child.
Yeah, he is the only being created between the love of the gods, the goddesses. Everything else came from their hate.
So he's special. We shouldn't have let him get taken out of my body.
I disagree. However,
So he was a good guy.
I feel like he has very pure intentions that have very bad outcomes.
So Adam did nothing wrong either?
Not technically, no, but that's also because his perception of the world and the universe and all of creation is, I feel,
He doesn't know any better because he was locked away like a bubble boy.
That's a good movie.
right. And when you let
Which one?
Travolta
It's
and
like-
the other one. I love the both.
It's
I like
like-
the other one. I haven't seen the total.
it's like letting the Amish out for a weekend, right? When they do their little respite.
Isn't it longer? It's longer than that. They have
Or is
like
it a
a
year?
whole. It's a year.
Yeah. So it's like letting the Amish out. You know, some of them don't come back
Some of
and
them
destroy
don't
their
come back.
lives.
A lot of them
You
do.
know, some we may let Adam out of a tree, and he destroys the universe. Who knows?
Bro, tell me you watched that reality show, The Amish.
I love that show.
No.
So,
It's a good show. They go on their year.
I mean, I've watched a couple episodes.
You've given
Anyway,
It's a year, isn't it?
you've
I
given
think
love.
I think it's a year.
When they turn 18, right, they have to choose.
yeah.
Right. But you can either decide to come back or
You can also choose to not take your year,
right.
which a lot of them do.
Anyway,
Which they just stay Amish. Alright, anyway. Alright, whew. Alright, so we're walking.
so
Jesus.
A lot of things to put in perspective.
what do you think? Just from what you know, what do you think he would do if he was let out of the tree?
It's 2 years.
He was never had a physical form.
Okay. Well, fair. But like from conversations,
Think of taking a newborn and locking in a room alone in the dark for a millennia or 30, and then giving it a very finite view of what the world should be.
well, he had a pretty good view for a while.
When was that?
I don't know, about 2 years ago.
When you're as old as we are, that's seconds.
Fair.
It's like blinking an eye. If he's been locked away for as long as he should, with the rattlings of his mother's in his head for this long, I don't know what he would do.
Yeah, I don't either. I was wanting to get your opinion there.
I've been sealed away for nearly 60,000 years. If I was set free, my first goal would be to punish all those that wronged me.
Are they on the material plane?
I will burn all the planes.
Alright, well, let's skedaddle on it and win this competition for you to get your wish.
Not his wish, his freedom, because we're not using the wish.
We aren't.
He's not either.
that one.
We're gonna handle that at a later.
We gotta put a pin in that.
Oh, I still have the pin card.
The Pinterest?
I think I put the Pinterest board here.
What?
You weren't there for that session.
We
I
have a
wasn't there for a lot of sessions.
we have a
We have the
Pinterest board.
Pinterest. The Pinterest is where anytime that Justin or Michael or Anthony or Jackson now say we're gonna put a pin in that, it goes in the Pinterest. What other one did we have?
We've had like
We've had
10.
the Pinterest, the Facebook. We had Facebook or something like that too. MySpace. I remember what we used it for. We had a MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Pinterest.
You should always have MySpace.
That was for my community.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Loth earns everything.
Interesting. It's really no different than Atticus's goal. I mean,
Well, Atticus Finch.
Maybe they would get along.
He had noble goals.
he did.
He did well.
Maybe introducing him to the Heavenly
he
Seven is
tried his
not a
best.
great
He wanted to free
choice.
that man.
Tried his
Maybe
best.
he could be part of the 7.
Oh, good. Here, we brought you your number 7. We know that we killed your last number 7.
Immediately
Here's a
become
new
number
one.
Did
one.
he kill him or did he commit suicide?
No, we killed the last number 7.
I think he was Epstein.
We killed the number 7. We killed the number 7, and then the new number 7 killed himself before he became the number 7.
That was by proxy.
Yeah.
Who?
Jaden.
Jaden.
It wouldn't have been 7.
I feel like our new friend can kill
It would have
the
been 4. 4 or
Magnificent
5.
Seven or whatever.
But he was replacing
Yeah.
that. Like, they would have shifted numbers then?
Yeah, they shift numbers.
Okay.
They whatchamacallit,
Oh, Heavenly Seven.
the tattoo can shift based off of their rank.
Interesting.
It's arcane.
Interesting.
Is it also in the back of a spider?
No, it's wherever they put it. So like, I know what you're referencing. Like Wally May has his on both of his shoulders.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, is it a tattoo of a spider with a number in it?
It's just a number. It's on their different body parts. It's wherever they want to put it. You guys have never seen Alex's. Hers is invisible.
I don't want to see Alex's.
I want to see Alex
I
dead.
don't
How
want
is hers invisible?
Does she have it
It's
down
not
here?
invisible. It's on the bottom of her feet.
Oh.
Don't want to see
Why?
Alex.
Why would
She
you?
doesn't want invisible.
Alright.
She
Well, that's
doesn't-
not invisible. It's just not
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hers is
No,
not
but invisible is separate from
There's
just
a
on her
lot
feet.
of
We
places
can't
where you
see
can
it.
stick it and it would be
Am
not
I crazy here?
visible.
I feel like it is on the bottom of her feet, but also invisible.
Invisible is like
her
Yeah, I
whole
know.
thing is being as
I'm
what's
saying,
the term?
I'm saying, if you were to lift up her foot, it would
Look.
it would still be invisible. So it is both.
What do you think of her socks?
Her goal is to be as difficult to point out in a group as possible. That's why she's always kind of, her shape and silhouette's always a little off based off of how she stands and spokes and stuff like that. So,
They're my fault.
you all are walking through the tunnels with your inclined loft.
Our best friend lost.
Anyone want to text Justin, see if he's paying attention to this?
No, he's not in the chat.
Alright.
Or maybe he's just not chatting in the chat.
No, he's not there.
Yeah, I think he left.
So,
Rude.
Ask him about Loft. No, he knows what's up. He knows we're playing.
heading deeper into the tunnels,
What's up?
it begins heading towards an upward slant. The monorails begin to slowly disappear as it comes to a stop at a large banister kind of stop rail. As it does, you guys walk past and there's a staircase that begins to climb up. As your friend Loth steps on the stairs, you see them kind of give a little bit under the
Them?
steps.
Did you just give him a them pronoun?
Them is in the stairs.
Oh, I thought we were being super progressive.
Technically, he would be a them or a they. He doesn't.
He's
have
a legendary Pokemon.
He doesn't have a gender.
So
I just
so he's
made him,
non-binary.
I made him a him for the sake of it's just easiest for me to
Because you're a boy.
refer to. Yeah, it's just that's the easiest thing for me to refer to.
What? Because they're better? Is that what you're saying?
Legendary Pokemon. That is exactly what Loth is in my eyes.
Yeah, I just didn't think of, honestly, I didn't think about it. They would be a them. They don't have a gender.
Anyway,
At that.
Loth would be a them.
Yeah.
What a progressive D&D.
Okay.
Progressive DM, I'm so proud of Shane.
He's just calling me an M.
When you get to that point, gender is not a thing.
I'm the one with gender neutral goblins, first of all.
It's all started with Jackson.
I did. No, Jackson was the most progressive member of the table. Not Ace. No, it's Jackson.
current year. What can you do?
It's true.
So
I introduced lizard bird love a long time ago. We started progressive things to this table a while ago.
That's not that unusual.
that was lizard bird gay love though. That's boring, Michael. That's like 2015. Nobody cares.
No one cares about lizard bird gay love.
So you guys
We're still walking.
You guys begin heading up this incline, this staircase that begins to climb higher and higher. Eventually, roll perception checks.
Based on size.
No, based on turn. I hate that I have to preference that now.
12.
Soft 20.
13.
Yes.
Okay. So you two hear footsteps up ahead. Of people running on the stone floors.
You hear that?
It's kind of echoing through the tunnel.
Yeah.
I hear it.
There's some footsteps about.
Yep.
You said what above us?
It's just like echoing down the tunnel of the staircase.
So
As
presumably they're ahead of us?
Yeah. As the staircase, you guys can see it kind of comes to a mouth of a tunnel. The stairs you see stop continuing to climb. As you're reaching the top, there's this large flash of light as fire rips across the tunnel temporarily. It kind of dwindles back down. You hear some yells and screams for a minute as you hear of steel clashing against each other.
I may not be a smart man, but I know what a trap is.
They're gonna say the law. There aren't any other behemoths in here you know of, are there?
Behemoths, no, but the tunnel is filled with traps created by the warden himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody just sets them off. That's what it sounds like. The pain and dying and fire and dum-dums up there.
The goal is to only have the 16 proceed. The rest of the trials are to continue dwindling those numbers.
They're doing a good job. Especially you. You did a great job.
I could have raised my rank more, but with the promise of my freedom upon winning, this seems more favorable for me.
Yeah.
That was just like in theory.
We can't wait for you to get your freedom.
Assuming that's how.
Burn all of the planes from existence.
It's like I'm gonna take my rock and just nudge Ted.
No, I'm looking at it as I say it. We can't wait.
What is? But like, if you burn all the planes, where are you gonna go?
That's a good question.
The life upon the plains is not something that I require. The air you breathe, the waters you drink, the spiritual serenity that you all wish for within the celestial plains is not something that I need. Upon the destructions of the plains, all that will be left is the inferno, the 9 hells and the abyss.
Oh.
Which we can get out of.
Yeah, I want to stay out of the abyss.
Anybody in character want to play one of those things?
So, how does life work in those realms?
Yeah, can we
Where did you
survive?
say you wanted the infernal, the abyss, and where?
The inferno, the abyss, and the inferno.
I thought we were friends.
The 9 hells, the inferno, and the abyss is all that he plans to leave left.
Those all seem hot.
Yeah, like, how can we survive? Can you, like, protect us there? That's one thing.
I have no goal of saving any of you.
Oh.
I thought we were friends.
Wow.
At best, we are allies in a cause.
Acquaintances?
I don't use that word freely. I would let you buy me a drink if you'd like.
I know I didn't understand. We can't take it off of him.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's fucking.
Shit.
Oh.
Anyway.
Alright.
You wanted the brand, so we couldn't take it off of him.
It's a big assumption. Anyway, these traps coming up.
As far as I know, the chamber up ahead is a meeting place. About 15 of the tunnels connect here.
Yeah, well, something happened up there.
Do we continue forward, or do you wish to stop? As he kind of sits down on the step as it crumbles under his weight.
I think we have to continue. We have until sunset to make it up there.
What time is it? We have no idea.
Yeah, we have no way of telling.
Looks like we gotta go.
I mean, I don't think stopping's a good idea. No.
You hear another fire kind of wreaths across the tunnel entrance again.
Is there a way to?
Is this entrance going like out into sunlight? Is that what you were?
No, it goes out in just another chamber.
Okay.
Do we have like rocks and loose debris on hand?
Oh, yeah,
Just
it'd be-
throw them up in the tunnel and see if they fucking set off traps and shit as
No,
we're making our way up.
You can roll perception checks.
Or that, I guess. This shield is really useful. 23.
23. You hear yelling coming from up there, screaming, the clashing of swords against each other in armor. It sounds like combat's going on upstairs.
There's combat going on up there. Let's just creep on up.
Loth kind of cracks his neck and stands up and he goes, "It's been a while since I was truly able to cut loose.
Oh man, why don't you go on up there and
Not
give
be
us a...
forced to keep those alive below me."
Yeah, why don't you go check?
He kind of stands up, rights himself a little
Shit.
bit. As he starts walking up the tunnel, you see his hand kind of shift and start to go back to its size as it drops and begins scraping along the wall. His fingers just immediately digging through the granite as if it's like water. As he just starts sliding his hand through, walking up the stairs.
We'll be right behind you, buddy.
He's going to kill the shit out of us.
We've created a problem.
You know, put a really big pin in that.
Unfortunately, it keeps popping up on my printer, so it won't go away. Like it's just there in my face constantly.
Okay, well let's go deal with these people and kill some people up there and see what happens. If he doesn't kill all
You
of them.
hear screams coming from upstairs. Everything.
is awesome.
You guys are talking. As you guys are talking,
Everything is cool.
a body comes
We're
flying,
part
hits the top of the chamber, and literally embeds within the stone, kind of cracking around. His blood begins dripping down the staircase.
I think we may have made a really big problem.
We just need to stay out of his way. I don't.
So
I feel like asking him if he was okay would be insulting. I just. Does anybody want to take a peek?
No, I'm afraid to go up there.
Does just real quick for the benefit of you all continuing on with the next hour we have in the session.
Yeah.
Just about an hour left of the session. Since Justin's not here to remind any of you, and I feel like he's the one that took the best notes with this particular little thing. Does everybody remember how the tournament or
No.
the last round of the preliminaries goes?
No.
Correct.
We have to fight each other, right? To get the team.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's the last 8 standing or the last 16 standing are entered.
And then they're split between two teams without any control on your part.
I call off.
You know what? We may have a little control now. Roth might be able to make some choices when we get up there.
This is the team.
Oh my
On
god.
his team.
That's so fucked.
Okay.
Language. Yeah, we get it, Kevin.
We can definitely make it into the 16 though, because all we have to do is
Let him destroy everybody.
just stand behind him.
He could probably deal with the heavily
Where did we
seven for
put
us
the
too.
brand on him?
Shoulder.
We could just like remove a part of his shoulder.
And by now, has
gonna
he shapeshifted into anything with my hat, by the way? Or is it just completely just useless?
He's just wearing it. It's just think like a kobold with a little fedora kind of off to the side a little bit.
And that's enough to disguise him from everybody.
He hasn't used it yet.
Can he hear us right now?
I would hope we're kind
You hear conflict and fighting going on and screams from upstairs.
Okay. So
we're quietly whispering.
we're probably gonna have to get that hat back eventually.
You guys insisted I give him the goddamn hat!
Why are you yelling?
It's very stressful. He likes eating metal.
You're not metal.
I am metal.
You're wooden.
No, I'm not all wooden, I'm metal.
He's both.
I mean, we could always.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
So do you
That's
think-
Warforged.
Do we think
look
that if
pretty wooden as
the
a
hat
druid.
is removed,
outside.
those from Karstiri would actually, like,
No, he allowed it.
Because
I
presumably,
they don't want him out.
there are overlords still in that realm that are trying to keep track of him. when they realize he's no longer in that chamber, they're probably gonna go for him. He fucked up my man Ubertown. Ubertown sounds like an asshole.
I'm gonna have to agree with Solomon on this one. He doesn't sound like a bad guy.
He picked the winning goddamn side. He still got fucked up. Yeah. But listen, he picked the winning side. Congratulations.
Sounds like all the Patriot fans.
Oh, I love stressed out Solomon.
So,
Alright, let's go see what this thing's done up here.
You guys want to just poke a head up, or are you
Yeah,
going up there?
I feel like you're stressing out or something. We don't have to worry about that for the first moment.
no, I think
I feel like it's something we need to constantly keep track of.
I'll poke my head out and look at the carnage.
So Ted kind of, as you guys are, Ted takes a couple steps, pokes his head up. As you see, he is in full-size form. As he has like 3 people in his hand, he's literally just squeezing the life of them, watching him as they're screaming in agony. As people are stabbing him in the legs and not even piercing his skin.
I'm gonna slip
As Ted takes a couple steps back down.
He's crushing people alive.
Is he all big?
He's big.
We didn't think about how suspicious that is, did we? Well, yeah,
Don't
just a
be
30-foot tall
suspicious.
giant being that
Don't
can spit
be
bomba.
suspicious.
I'm fighting for the
Don't be
Patriot
suspicious.
plane.
Should I just ask for the hatbacks? It's clearly not gonna use it.
He's got a little fedora on his head. It shifts with him because it's attuned. So he's a giant creature with a big fedora on his head now.
Did you not listen to his story about Ubertown? He does not like betrayal.
He said he didn't even need it anyway. Really, he's obviously not using it.
He needs it once you guys leave the chamber because then he needs to hide all of his markings.
Alright, fair enough.
what if, I mean, that's great, his markings are hidden, but what if we just tell the overlords when we get up there?
The man doesn't like betrayal.
Right, but if he's trapped in Carceri, it's not really
Do you
our
think
issue.
the overseer is more powerful than a primordial god?
Assumedly so.
What?
He doesn't
Based on
fucking
what
know.
information?
I could cast a message when we get there and send a
How do we make it look like an accident that the hat fell off? When we come to it.
It's an attunement item. You can't just.
If I just cast message when we get there.
He said he would give it back, no questions asked, right?
He did. He didn't
Solid.
seem that interested in
I
it.
have a ring of telekinesis.
Okay.
So we
It's
just
attuned to his head, though.
we just let the overlords
It's
know when
attuned
we
to
get
it.
there.
You can pull it off his head, but it wouldn't turn off the whatchamacallit. I don't think that would turn off the disguise if the hat fell off his head.
Well, no, but
I would not have bothered.
we would have the hat back.
What if we just? I mean, I know Blythe and I both can cast message.
It's gotta be a very quick thing. Y'all cast the message, he asked for the hat back, bada bing, bada boom, right?
I mean, as long as we tell them, like, hey, just so you know, this is locked. Maybe
I would do it at a very safe distance then.
I can only tell them from
Is there
100
such
feet
thing?
away.
I don't know. I'm assuming the man can read minds. I don't know.
The spell ends if the hat is removed.
This was not well thought out.
God, we were so satisfied with ourselves.
I wanted to keep my goddamn hat.
And Shane didn't seem that defeated, and that really should have been the point for us to be like, oh, he doesn't seem that upset that we've taken this large monster and
You
put it on our
seem
side.
depressed.
There was 5 ways to succeed.
Can you tell us the other ways?
Asking him and the roll being okay.
Why couldn't
Sneaking
why
past.
couldn't you just roll an 11?
Having allies that could slow him down enough that you could have gotten by. If you guys would have made more friends in the earlier chamber.
Yeah, well, that was never an option, so I don't even know why you included that.
Making friends.
If anybody had hold person or any other, or hold monstrosity or hold monster or any other way to paralyze him temporarily,
We don't have that.
No.
and just trying to literally beat feet past him,
I thought
which that was also an option. You could have just tried to literally just sprint.
How close can we get to the door? And then just like bust through the
Killing him,
door?
that wasn't an option?
My dex has
No.
been at 8 for a year and a half. You know this.
Well, he literally put his hand through the equivalent of the beam of light that killed Anya,
A light scene.
Didn't kill her.
and he pulled his hand back and it immediately healed. So yeah, there's a chance you could have killed him, but
Yeah.
not a good one. So
Alright, so
as the
y'all will see in a second. Let's go.
the screams slowly stop as you guys come upstairs. Are you all walking upstairs now?
Yeah.
Gingerly.
The room is
Split through the blood.
just destroyed with blood and chunks of people as he is in the full size, as he has heads sitting on his fingers, as he's moving them around every which way, and he kind of flings them to the floor as they crack, hitting the ground like little eggs. As he looks at you and he goes, "You did not join in the fun."
You did it too quickly.
You missed out on enough fun, so we wanted you to have it all.
There was only 30 of them.
I haven't
This could have
stretched
been
yet.
more enjoyable for all of us.
You're not lying though. I ain't gonna lie. Fun fight. We got you next time.
He looks at you and he goes, "One did scream for your names.
Who? What?
They ran. Significant wound upon her back.
She looked like a cat.
I did not get a solid look. She came at my back.
That's probably there. That's all right. We wouldn't have shed any tears if you'd have murked them too.
She was alone.
Is Wally May's body up here?
Is there a Sharkman?
Yeah, I'd like
Carnage?
to look for anybody we recognize.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
My
Stupid.
God.
7.
Huh.
What am I rolling? Investigation, perception?
Investigation.
Can it be?
No. It could be an
It
investigation.
wouldn't be
Was it-
perception?
I got an
Perception?
11.
Investigation. You see some dark elves that you would recognize from the beginning chamber. They're eyeing
all
up.
right, Drizzly.
So, you guys don't recognize anything in the body parts and gore that is surrounding him.
Petra, do you recognize anybody?
No, Ketra got 5.
It's cocked. I'm rolling for
I
him.
rolled.
He botched.
This is all blood.
I wonder how Ketra feels about all this.
Not good.
I mean,
It's probably about the same trajectory we were on. Feeling really good, oh no!
in a way.
You
So,
gotta
Can I just throw this out there? This feels really familiar to something else that has happened previously in this campaign. Firewall.
Ooh, no.
You did a good job, Lothman.
I don't think that's an option here.
No. What I'm saying is, it just feels real familiar. Like, he thought it was a really good idea, but was it?
I feel like that's been a theme though the entire
That took a
campaign.
few sessions for him to realize, though. I think we've made that jump real quick.
But I also feel like when it
We
was
did it much
when it was
quicker than he did.
immediately that a contract needed to exist for that to happen, I feel like that was the clue in.
Yeah. Vishnu have an intelligence score of 18.
Out
You're
of
dealing with
character.
somebody a little bit more prepared.
Out of character, we may need to wait until my Porton gives us a nice natural 1 to throw at him on something terrible, and then make a plan.
So you're planning on a 5% chance of how to continue this campaign?
Yeah.
10, a 1 or a 2 could work.
Alright, so
Hopefully, a 2 plus a 25 is only a 27. That's
Michael,
not
as a DM, just real quick, as a DM,
it's not going to.
what do big creatures typically have?
Natural resistances.
Gigantic dogs.
Legendary resistances.
Can we pause here and come back next week when we have a, better head on our shoulders?
We still got an
No,
hour.
we have an hour.
I feel like we did a good job. It's just there's a
We did a job.
I tried to get the man to let us pass, and he had to roll.
That's a job.
This man had to roll too. We had nothing to do with this
it's a
motherfucker.
very large pit. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so hey,
At this point, it's like a shish kebab skewer.
We've also potentially made phoenixes go extinct here. So
Who cares?
again, I
We're
say
not really
we
heroes.
like to claim ourselves as these heroic people,
Who's
but
a
we're
hero
just
here?
we're just fumbling through it all.
All I claim
Isn't
to
that
be,
life, though?
all I ever have claimed to be is a queen, which I am.
So,
alright,
you guys are in
Lothman.
the chamber as he reduces himself back to the smaller size.
Did a good job, Lothman.
The next one you will all take, and I will observe your skills. I wish to know the caliber of warrior I fight beside.
Yeah,
Holy.
to the side, back a few feet.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you want, if you get bored, feel free to just kind of, take them from the periphery, Just snatch them up, eat them, whatever it is you do. If you're bored,
The
we
30
handle the rest of them,
The 30 here were enough to satisfy me for now.
yeah.
I wish to try you against groups to that size.
Well, I mean,
Ooh, like 1-on-1 are you talking or
We-
like a
we
small
like-
group?
Yeah, like 30 on
Or
5.
like a 1, 2, 3, 4,
We've been
5,
trying to-
6 against 30.
we've been trying to go this stealth route, for the most part.
Why didn't you attempt to sneak through my chamber while I fed?
Wait, what?
You know the 30 people chained against the wall in the magma.
Magma.
You were really big.
I think we sensed the power and knew that we would just
Can you see in the dark?
I don't want to like.
I can see everything.
Oh, can you like see my
See
thoughts?
invisibility?
Can you see what I'm thinking right now?
What?
Not correctly.
Wait,
Requires more focus.
what? So I'd like to pause here. Have a week to regroup.
No, we're doing
Discuss.
fine.
Oh, we got this. We got
Just
this.
literally the only thing we need to think in our brain for
It's
the next
nothing.
I need a player's handbook. by the
month
way.
or so is that
It's all the way
think
over there.
no
Sorry.
that sloth is amazing.
Anthony,
That's
Sloth.
Can you have the player's handbook, please?
I'm already thinking Lost was amazing. If you could have read my mind and been like, damn, you killed the shit out of all these people, and I'm impressed.
I'm gonna sing one of my people's songs in my head.
That's so there's
hear
two
it.
spells, and I have one in mind, and I'm gonna let the decision be based off of what that spell is. But there's one spell that you can only pick up their surface thoughts, and there's one that you can literally pick through their memories and their thoughts.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So you all continue what you're doing. Your discussions as you guys continue.
Yeah,
walking through
sure.
This bloodbath.
I mean, you know,
Oh, can we do some looting? Y'all wanna loot while we're here? Take a,
That's kind of a good idea.
Are there
I would
any
like to
weapons on
loot
the
the
ground?
bodies.
I would like to
are
loot.
there any magic
I
items on the
forgot that's
ground?
something that
We're looting. We're looting and polluting.
I got a 19.
15 plus what?
I will, for the sake that I was ill prepared for this, give me a Dungeon Master's Manual.
21.
Hey, man, Dungeon Master Manual. No,
No,
I will.
Monster manual.
Oh boy.
I need a DMG.
I don't have one.
Soft 20.
I don't feel it.
Are we
No,
all rolling
I got a
investigation
21.
checks?
I'm just gonna let you guys all roll a percentile, but I need a Dungeon
You need
Master
a dungeon
Manual.
master?
Yeah, I don't know where mine is.
That one's right.
No, there's not one there.
Where did it go?
I don't know. I don't know where mine is. It's probably up with the City of Mist books and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't grab an extra one, did I?
No, we just never use it. I usually don't do
Dungeon
anything.
Master.
Yeah, it's up there. I usually just don't use anything from the Dungeon Master Manual.
So roll
I
percentile.
half-ass and make shit up on my own most of the time.
Justin just messaged and said, "One night, I'm gone for one night." We're sorry, Justin. We did a job.
It's
I'll
fine.
take back his
We're
line.
fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all fine.
I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. These are trained and adequate warriors. So Michael, go first.
67.
Wow,
67.
oh,
Ring of
God.
free action.
So rude.
Oh, ring of free action?
I don't know what it does, but ring of free action. I'm literally. We're not doing rerolls. We're not doing anything else.
What
with
am I
it.
rolling? A
Percentile.
Wait. I'm not prepared. I was bad talking to Justin.
I can't see the conversation. My phone's dead. It turned off.
I got a 9 to blow.
Tendril rod.
What is that?
It's a weapon that you can grab people and wrap them up in like squid arms.
Is that a... Is that a
I'm
1?
not in
Or,
rerolls.
is that a 1 or 100?
That's a 100.
Okay.
I got a...
Wings of flying.
How about a 49?
Oh, you don't say.
Bardic instruments.
I can't use either of those things.
You can use a wand of tendrils.
It's a wand of tendrils.
It's a tendril rod. Let me look and see what it does.
Where's my items?
The tendril rod requires attunement made by drows. You can make an attack at 15 feet away from you. It gets +9 to damage. Does 1d6, and if you succeed with all, you get to make 3 attacks with it. On hit, the target with all 3 tendrils, the target makes a DC 15 Constitution save. On fail, speed is half, and then disadvantage on all saving throws. On all dexterity saving throws.
That's non-attunement.
It is attunement.
What's up, both of
Can
these?
we say it's non-attunement?
Yep.
Flying saucers?
Non-attunement?
Yes. Well, no.
Non-attunement
Yes.
it is.
I'm knowing her. I'm yesing
How much
you.
gold are you going to give us? It should
All
be
I
flat
heard
out.
was
For
yes.
30,
I'm gonna give you gold
I
as
think
well.
30,000, 1,000 each should be good. These are well-equipped adventurers on a specific...
I'll give you each 5. I'll give you each 6,000 gold.
Oh, Betty.
Hey!
You're all welcome.
That's a solid argument. These are well-equipped
Let's
adventurers.
go.
And I still have my ruby.
Hmm?
And I still have most of my ruby. Which, whatever it is you're doing with it at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna need to write down the information of this later because I don't feel like doing it right now.
The tendril rod.
No, that's mine.
Reroll.
What?
That guy already got the tendril rod. Which actually makes a lot of funny sense for Ted with his war on squids. It's a rod that has octopus arms that hang off of it. When you hit somebody with it, you can wrap them up in the octopus arms.
Roll something else. If you get something better, I'll trade these.
Did you hear that?
That's a
Becca deal.
That is a bold statement there.
That may not be a smart man, but he knows what value he is.
I meant better for me. This makes no sense for me.
22. You're gonna be upset by that one, so go ahead and reroll.
Why? What is it?
It's his berserker axe back.
Oof. Big oof.
You guys have already had the weapon. I'm not gonna give it to you again.
That's 71.
That's fair.
Ring of the Ram.
What is that?
You point at somebody, and a spiritual ram head hits them and shoves them back distance and
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I have like 10,000 attunement things that I can't fucking wear.
What am I?
so.
What am I tuned to right now?
Ring of the Ram. What else? What, you got the cards.
I am. No, Michael has the
You
card.
have attunement?
Doesn't he?
Ring of the Ram. I don't know.
Yeah, it's attunement. Here, it's pink.
All of it is.
The tendril wand is not.
Look at all the shit that I got. I can't wear.
Becca made the executive decision. The tendril wand is not.
What? What about my goddamn ring?
She's just making choices over here.
Can you make that executive decision too? What?
Oh, I only have 2 attunement.
She gets to tendril the shit out of people by executive decision. She can't executive decide.
I'm still
Not really.
reading. I paid 11 experience points for a weapon that I still never received. That I'm probably never going to receive. So let me have this, okay?
I want more attunement items. How do we do that?
That's not a thing.
Is the flying carpet an attunement item?
It is not.
Okay, so
Are you writing down Ring of the Ram? Is that what you're doing over there?
No, I'm writing down mine.
Oh.
You guys didn't set the raffle again.
I didn't. I can't do it on my phone right now. My phone is off, basically.
So,
like I'm using the last
What's
minute.
Ring of the Ram?
oh. Yeah, I only have 2 attunement items
Okay, cool.
right now.
Um,
Oh shit! Can I wear 2 cloaks at once?
yeah. You just look like a fucking jackass.
One in the front and one in the back?
Well, no. I would just have to wear the one of eyes on top of the other one. No, it's fine. Well, but would that prevent the wings from coming out?
It would.
Would I
Where's
lose?
this thing
Would
that
I
you-
lose 360 vision?
I feel like.
Yeah.
Can
You
just
lose
go back
360
there?
if you put the other one on top of it.
No. Well, if I do it
I
the other
want
way,
some of this.
Which one are you talking about putting on top?
well, I mean, it would have to be the wings.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, because the eyes would be fuck.
Can't you just move your cloak to the side and look?
Is that an option?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright. Send it.
Full send. How come the jawbone's got to be a fucking attunement item? It's just a magic.
you wear
It's just a
one
magic
as a scarf?
jawbone.
What does the jawbone do? Did you
Well,
forget
it's
about
an
the
entire
other
cloak.
key
It's
factor?
just lightning damage.
But couldn't
No,
you
it
just
doesn't.
take the
No, it
eyeball
doesn't.
one and
Not on
wear
this.
like a cloak, so it's technically around.
Remember we had it where if you slay a creature, it absorbs some of their abilities?
I
So
mean,
it's
I
fucking
think that's a
weird.
good
It's
idea.
always been like that.
Bro,
It has the
But the
it has the whatchamacallit, the symbol on it that glows as you kill things.
Dude,
Shane.
well, how come I haven't absorbed anything?
Shane, instead of wearing 2 cloaks, can he wear a cloak as a scarf?
What,
Which cloak do you want to wear as a scarf?
it would have to be the robe of eyes.
And technically, we
Because
have eyes all
I
around.
don't need wings coming out of my
you should
neck.
just-
Yeah, see, I was saying you're gonna hang yourself with that one. But
Well,
I'm
you
okay
should
with
just Batman the cloak.
I'm okay with using the robe of eyes as a scarf.
And it doesn't lose any.
No, it won't lose any
So
abilities.
it'll look like a fucking millennial sitting in a
Scarf
Starbucks
of
with a
eyes.
fucking shamag around your neck like an asshole.
Real quick, Blythe, I need you to make wisdom savings there for me.
Okay.
No!
Do you remember him ever saying the jawbone absorbs the abilities of creatures?
I guess he decided on what it is.
Does it say it on
17.
the-
No!
Then no.
17.
I will adjust the card. I will make you new
Can you
cards.
please adjust the
I will make a new one for it.
Okay, so this is a 2-minute still.
Yes.
I've absorbed nothing.
17?
17.
Okay.
And I got the belt with dwarven
For
cut.
the 17, I'm going to give you a little hint what's going on.
God damn.
As you guys are walking, Blythe, you kind of feel Locke's
the
eyes
sentinel
kind of
shit.
lock onto you.
So
A little
do
bit.
I feel that familiar feeling of somebody in my head?
Yeah, like kind of like digging through like a filing cabinet.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Bring in the ram.
Whoops.
Think happy thoughts. Any little thought?
What does your little thing do? It ensnares people? With
I don't really know what it does.
Squid arms?
I wasn't really.
You're not that interested in it, are you?
There you go. There you go. It's right there.
I will throw the. Right where? No, I see it. Fucking attunement items. Some bull. I should be able to tune all of it. Alright.
An artificer. Artificer get up to 5 attunement slots.
Maybe that one time I didn't like it.
You did not. You're a cat person artificer.
So I'm going to constantly be thinking of improvements for Blythetopia and all the wonderful things that I can do for Blythetopia. And
Okay.
Blythe this and Blythe that and wondering if I can change everything in the
What's your
names
guys'
to
marching
Blythe.
order?
I don't know. Probably toward the
I assume-
front.
Moth is now taking front.
No, I was gonna say, I assume that me and Catcher are probably towards the front.
Okay. Assume Blythe to be towards the middle because she's natural goals is to protect herself.
Ted's probably up there with us in the front, right,
That's
Ted?
Becca's
So then
goal in
Solomon, are
general.
you in the rear or is Loth in the rear?
I mean, I can see behind me, so I would assume I would be in the rear.
Okay. Roll a perception check based on vision. So you're wearing 2 robes and you have the magic carpet tied on as a cape as well.
I mean, at this point, I don't need the magic carpet.
What does the cloak of
Can I
wings
have
do?
the magic carpet?
You can fly!
I know I can fly.
While wearing this cloak,
But how
you can
badass is it
use
to have
an
a
action to
magic
speak this
carpet?
command word. This turns the cloak into a pair of bat wings or bird wings on your back for 1 hour, or until you repeat the command word as an action. The wings give you a flying speed of 60 feet. When they disappear, you can't use them again for 1d12 hours. So I just always have to use an action every hour. And I will be flying forever.
No, 1d12 hours. Or 1d12.
When they disappear.
Yeah,
So if
they
I-
only
if
last
I-
for an hour.
Right, but until... Hold on.
They last for an hour and then they go away.
Oh, so they disappear.
And then you need 12
Oh,
hours.
well then
for
I
them
would
to
still
recoup.
need the flying carpet then, wouldn't I?
1 hour a day, I get to ride it.
18.
18. As you guys are walking with you in the back and everybody else kind of discussing stuff, you see Loth kind of tracing this sigil in the air, and as he pushes against it, you see this brief tendril of energy kind of hit Blythe right in the back.
Wait, what did you see hit me in the back?
Tendril of energy as he seeks to know what's within your mind.
So is he like digging deep, or these are just surface thoughts?
He's going through that bitch like a filing cabinet.
I'm gonna send a message, right,
Mm-hmm.
to Torok. And I'm gonna say, hey, Lost trying to dig through Blythe's head right now. Can you try and distract him?
So,
You turn around, his eyes are completely like this crimson red, and kind of this arcane energy pulling off of it.
your eyes look a little bit different after killing all those people. Is that the normal thing that happens?
No, I'm learning more about you. Scanning Blythe's
He
thoughts,
gives no fucks. He gives
And
no
like
fucks.
thoughts.
digging through her memories. I see you were once a slave. That's unfortunate for your people.
Oh,
Indeed.
fuck.
The primordials probably planned to use you to construct a new kingdom.
Say what?
The primordials that enslaved you, the Tao.
Right.
They probably wish to use your strong back to construct their kingdoms.
Possibly.
You were ungrateful for what you did running.
I was ungrateful for running.
You abandoned them. Their kingdom would have been glorious.
At the cost of my life, though.
Your lifetime is what? 120 to 200 years, your species.
Yes.
A flash in the pan of existence.
Right, but
purpose-
it's not a flash for me, so I should get to...
The purpose of you younger species, the ones that are here only for a moment, is to allow the kingdom of the strong to grow stronger.
But in
Your
that
worker
time,
drones.
I chose to serve another... A better... primordial being.
What?
That I worked.
That's 100% in character, by the way, I assume.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We'll talk later, Blythe. But yes, I served another primordial being. Why is my service to that being not to also be recognized as building something?
I haven't got there yet. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Did you add to your roll, Blythe?
Add what to my roll?
Me and Ketra's extra bonuses.
Nope.
You're +7 to your saves.
Oh, well, that's great.
No. So I had a 24.
And a
Didn't
17.
matter?
Yeah, well, 17's also not gonna matter, then go ahead.
Well, that's why I had a 17.
He looks to see traces
not
of symbol in the air,
That's-
and he motions it as this beam of energy hits you in the chest,
I don't like what you're doing.
as you feel him begin digging through your memories.
Yep, there they are.
We should continue forward, should we not?
Oh, you're gonna do that while siphoning through my memories?
And then the others? How am I to know if I have allied with people that wish for my best interest?
You've already said you had a dick.
We've realized that we allied with someone who's not looking out for our best interests, so...
As I said moments ago, your lives are short and meaningless, excluding the Fae.
Ooh. I'm better with this.
You're still young. You have not learned the purpose of your immortality.
I don't know. I built a kingdom. I have followers.
You build through kindness. Your kingdom will crumble.
Kindness.
What?
Her kingdom's through kindness?
She wouldn't even let me in her house, dude.
We couldn't even go to her house. We've been traveling together for like 3 years or whatever. I mean... Alright, well, if you dig around in my head, you're gonna find a lot of darkness. A darkness and from that time with the
How does
squids.
Ted having memories even work?
What- I
Can
don't
you even read my memories?
No, he has to use a hacking check for that one.
He can't read my memories. You can't read my thoughts.
Oh, I recognize
I'm a
one here.
robot.
You recognize one?
The one you call Magnus.
Oh, yes.
He traveled through the tunnels before with 7 others.
Yes, he is the one I told you that I plan on saving.
Interesting. So he continues to walk.
Don't you say interesting like you were gonna rip this away from me again, Shane. Kill every love story I ever have.
There are tunnels up ahead. They will lead us closer to the surface.
Hell yeah, let's get on it, Waff. Man.
You all seem stressed.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable with this situation. Allow me to give you a moment to talk again. See, begins walking ahead.
Does it even matter if you leave? Because you can like read our thoughts, though.
I prefer to give you the opportunity to discuss before I delve in to gain more information.
Okay.
Let's not
The biggest power move ever. Think about it. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck.
So let him walk ahead.
He walks
Sure,
ahead.
okay.
Let him walk ahead.
Alright.
We're not talking about nothing.
Hey, y'all don't
Wanna
think
keep
about
walking?
nothing. Y'all don't think about nothing. We ain't think about nothing.
Don't matter what you think. You can just.
Yeah,
You don't know what's in my thoughts.
from this point forward, we don't talk about anything.
Yeah, let's just go. Fuck it. Let's just live in the moment. The moments that we have left on this
Those
earth.
are not things that I'm good at doing.
The
Well, I
moments
mean,
that,
I'm fine.
the moments that we have left on
Values
this
me in my life.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice most of the big bad guys always want to keep you alive, Blythe.
I wonder how that is.
Other purposes.
Alright, so let's just live in the moment on this flat material plane we live in, and let's just go. Fuck it, whatever.
No, I'm going forward.
We all serve you, so maybe that... you're not talking. Walking.
We,
Love. Just get it over with.
let's just go.
Right here, buddy.
I'm actually not interested.
Fine.
Your mind's more well protected than the others.
Fair. I've spent a lot of time on that.
Who you talking to, Solo Man?
Off.
Oh yeah, fair enough. All right, let's just go. Whatever. We're coming up, Lothman. I know you know.
He waited.
I know you know we're coming. I know you know.
He
Keep on trudging on.
he pulls to a some other large chamber, kind of off to the side, as he sits and he goes, "This was meant to be a trap." This guy starts looking around.
Can I throw another rock
Has
at
it
you?
already been engaged?
There should have been another prisoner, someone here. Someone to hold others, but they appeared to either make a deal similar to mine or found another way out.
Interesting.
Roll perception checks.
9.
I'm rolling really bad now.
No.
2.
14.
You roll with advantage.
So it's 13 plus 5. No, same thing. 18.
18. So as he's kind of just looking around the chamber, you guys look up, and there is a kind of somewhat similar in not in size, but in kind of relative build to Loth, with these large kind of bat-like wings, this canine face with these large kind of horns pulls off. You would recognize it as a Baelor. They're
Like
serious.
killed Gandalf?
Yeah.
Balrog.
How do you spell
Balrog.
similar to the Balrog.
How do you
shit.
spell it?
And it is pinned up to the ceiling with these large metal spikes.
Can we all see this?
Uh-huh. You
What the hell is that?
immediately see it.
What?
Is
There's a Balrog on the roof!
is that what you were referring to, Law?
Do I immediately recognize?
The spikes? Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
He looks up and he goes, "Ah, yes. That was Kirish.
Was? Is it dead?
His fires seem to have gone out.
Alright.
Someone slayed him, making the path easier for you all."
Alright.
I recognize the means of attack.
Yeah, goddamn Balrog.
Huh.
He killed Gandalf.
Sure. Yeah. That,
Well, I mean, he came back. But
sure.
He leveled up.
Right.
You see the spikes up there?
Yeah.
Those are Koth spikes.
Yeah, well, he dead now, so...
They're what kind of spike?
Koth.
What is that?
He was the Earth Genasi we met downstairs.
Who is that? Right.
He re-enslaves slaves that get away.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, so
the one
he...
who was gonna look for you afterward.
Alright, your buddy. Alright, so he done slayed the shit out of that, so... Onward. I'm thinking about nothing. At all times.
How is that different from any other time?
It isn't.
Loth stops as you guys are walking. He goes, kind of looks you all over. "I'm questioned and puzzled by you all.
How's that? Shoot, Rockman. Or Dogman.
Your goal is to save a friend, so
Is it?
what light thoughts showed
Oh.
me. But each of you also has your own ambitions and goals.
What?
Correct?
I mean, I want to kill... I'd like to get my hands on Grimmbelt for what he done. That's about it, really. I don't
I mean, as far
I'm a
as
pretty
the-
simple man.
As far as the tournament's concerned, no, but I like to presume that we're going to continue living after the tournament.
How prepared are you for the upcoming fighters?
So prepared.
We did an obstacle course before all this.
You know, like 10th level of preparation.
10?
10 levels of preparation.
I meant 7 levels of preparation, I think. Or did I just not fix that?
Fix that.
Did you never level up?
I don't know. I need you to check my character
She
sheet.
did not level up.
Our gumption levels are through the roof.
We definitely leveled up to 10 for the...
He looks at you all as he kind of brings his hand up and begins kind of... He grabs almost something in the air as he begins to kind of condense and squeeze something. As he does, he cracks. And you see everything in the air around him kind of cracks for a moment. Like this break almost in the sky around him.
What you doing?
"I wish to see your capabilities."
Wait, what?
As he
I hate you
begins
so
to
much.
pull, and you see these
hate
little hands begin reaching out,
Oh.
trying to climb through.
Oh,
These little demonic creatures, long dog faces snapping every which way.
Which are we? Low rolls are good, right, for initiative?
I'm not
That's
there
not
yet.
right, though.
I don't think we're doing that.
No.
As they're small in size. Think of them as like dogs. As these snapping faces start trying to pull through this hole every which way. They're called carrion feeders.
Okay.
They'll rip the flesh from your bones, destroying the soul alongside.
What if you don't have flesh?
They'll chew through just about anything. They're the rats of the abyss.
What if you're
So there's
waffling on the soul part?
We'll see much you can do, Ted.
Damn it.
those came out of the abyss.
They are indeed. How many do you think you all can slay before I'm forced to step in?
I don't know.
How many hit points they got?
A dozen.
The gate's small now, but we can always, as he opens his hand, it rapidly grows in size. I'll flood the tunnels. We'll diminish the numbers of the other contestants as well.
Oh, I'm on board with that.
The goal is for us to succeed, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
No, that's
Or do you
true.
plan to
yeah.
try and slay me or stop me here?
Yeah, okay.
That is.
Yeah, we're gonna slay you. All right.
That's clearly not the goal here.
As he immediately looks to Torok.
I'm not sure why you're deferring to me.
Why don't you just dig into our head to see our abilities? This doesn't need to involve soul eating.
I can just tell you.
We
man.
can smash the dogs.
I'll be frank, because you all have been oh so honest and
hi,
forthcoming
Frank.
for me. With the brand now, I can participate in the tournament at my own will.
Right?
I plan to keep you all around long enough to get me to the final rounds, and
All right, we appreciate that.
then there's no real reason for you.
Yeah.
I just need you simply to hold the spot in the 16.
No, I mean.
No, yeah, we got you. You got it.
We kind of put that together.
Can we be frank with you? We kind of expected that.
Before, I asked who was the one to speak to make decisions for the group. I feel that the answer was no one. There's
Fair
no
This is a democracy.
there's no thought process going into conversations. Just simply the easiest way to get through. I'm concerned how you all plan to proceed once the tournament gets dangerous. Is Justin losing his shit in the chat, I assume?
Yeah. He says he wants to talk.
It's gonna be quite dangerous. Yes.
Maybe you should have been here.
You want to call him on Discord?
No.
I am concerned. Me.
Are you calling him on Discord? Of course you are.
Oh, it's gonna make all of you ring. I'm sorry. I done goofed.
I can decline.
Fine.
Hello, this is Keitra. Yeah. What's going on? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Well, what's up?
Well,
You said you wanted to talk.
Oh, he's stepping in to talk to Loth.
Can you give me a little info about Loth? Because I missed some of it.
Currently he's in his small form, which is about the size of a kobold, but he's freaking jacked.
Okay.
Yeah, the dogman. Yeah.
Relatively stoic in the way he speaks, monotoned. He just kind of gives the least amount of information as possible, kind of when he answers stuff.
Behemoth of Lucifer.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool stack. So what are we doing?
We talked him into helping us.
Gave him really good,
He also wants to destroy all of the planes of existence.
not all of them, just most of
But
them.
he'll help us get to the finals before killing
Yes,
us.
yeah, he will.
No. He meant just the finals of this participation.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So my question is, have we considered just not doing this?
Oh, it's too late. We already put the brand on his shoulder.
Well, you did, actually.
Yeah, you did that, Ketra.
Thanks a lot, Ketra.
Wait, you put my brand on him.
Yeah, you put your brand
You
on
put
him.
your brand on him.
No, I did not.
Oh, you
That is
weren't.
my father's brand.
You were here to make that choice.
A decision was made.
Okay. So he's part of the crew now.
Yeah.
He did just murder 30 people in
The interesting thing is, he's not part of your crew. You guys are now his crew.
Oh, okay, great. So how does Alma feel about that? Tempest feel about it?
I don't think it matters what they think.
Alma has gone dormant since he showed up, actually.
Oof.
Oh, also he can dig into our thoughts without like any effort.
He does a roll.
He does a roll.
But a 27 failed to save.
I rolled high on that.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, just be like, well, Bloth, I'm very excited about this business venture, I guess, and hope we get some like good benefits, like dental. Or...
We got 6,000 gold out of it so far,
Well, you didn't because you're not here.
Oh, I'm giving it to him.
and magic items.
Well, that's okay. Now you guys can stop mooching off of me and my 10,000.
I had a ruby.
We could try to break his shoulder. Like, that's really our goal. If we can break the brand on his shoulder.
Or if we could stitch him out to the overseer.
Or snitch him out to the overseer. One of two things. Those are our
But
options.
see, you had that thought, and then he read our thoughts.
And didn't care. We're in trouble. I am in danger.
Yeah, what? Oh, that's weird. What is that? Oh, wow. I think I'm getting...
Nope.
Yep.
Reception. We are in a tunnel.
It's fair. It's fair. You guys are in a tunnel.
So,
Pause here and come back in
Half
a
hour.
week.
this will be fun.
Yeah, we got this.
He closes the gate that he forms.
We're also assuming this would have ended any differently based on the information we had at the time.
True. The information you had at the time was not good information.
No, it was not.
We still probably would have done the same things.
Yeah, we probably would have.
We made poor choices.
If you guys would have rolled higher, you would have learned what he was and who he served, and that could have
If you
made
would have rolled higher, you would have just let it pass.
That's true. It's 100% true. there was a 100% chance that Anthony could have solved this whole thing by, hey bro, can we walk by? And he would be like, yo, yeah. And that would have been it.
Why?
I don't too.
So,
Allegedly.
I feel like you find
is he gonna
shit.
make us fight some of these dogs?
No, he
You
sealed the
indicate
gate
it.
as you guys all kind of went to panic mode.
Oh. I mean, I would have tried to step on them. Are they small?
They're small in size,
You
but
step on it? It doesn't... I don't want to check. I'm not...
he
no.
closes the gate as one of their heads gets cut off. It kind of splatters on the ground. You hear this
I was all ready for combat.
as the stone form begins to burn and dissolve from the
Whoa.
top of this thing.
Alright, well, let's just keep going. What's the next trial? The room? What's the next room, guys? Let's just go.
You sure you don't want to dig in my head? A lot of people have wanted to.
I don't.
Oh, can you
Why
find
do
out
you
what
want-
existed? Can you find out what existed before my
You know
current
you like the cute
existence?
boy, but he doesn't like you back, so you keep having to
I could.
Will
This
you?
is happening over there?
yeah.
Alright.
You two are complicated, and I don't wish to delve into it right now.
Fair.
Alright, well, I'm not pressuring. Nobody's pressuring you. We're good. Nobody's gonna
The
pressure you.
protection that's been put upon your head is a little bit more complicated than I can deal with the current incantation I have at my disposal.
Oh.
I don't know who or what it is that put that brand upon your mind, but they've decided at some point in time they don't want people peering in there.
Yeah, it got messy there for a while.
What about me?
You're a different incantation altogether. That's soul searching more than it is just reading thoughts.
They do need to be patrolled from time to time. Alright. Well, on to the next pit of despair. I mean,
See you
tunnel.
next week.
You all
On to the next
had
tunnel.
Wait, he didn't let us fight his little demon rat things?
you all seem panicked.
I was ready.
Panic. I rolled goddamn initiative.
I was ready to smash a rat.
I'm at half health, no hit dice, 4 spell slots left.
I don't even...
So let me just... Do you intend to get us to the top 16, or are you just gonna kill us when we get up there?
I need you in the 16 to take the spots.
Right.
Then I'll slay you as soon as the competition begins. The enjoyable thing about this tournament is that murder outside of the games is actually encouraged.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we playing this game again? Whose idea was this? Did we really need to be here?
My husband's up there.
It's the whole hero
So,
thing, right?
What's in the next tunnel?
The remainder for Hugh is a climb that'll take us 12 hours.
Do we have that long?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys are probably about 8 hours in.
So low activity?
No, this is going to be like a climb and a sprint to get there.
Why a sprint?
Because if at a average pace, you guys would have just made it.
Ooh.
You guys have stopped several times, had conversations.
Like now.
Yeah, you killed like an hour before in Loth's tunnel.
I feel like that was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about God is I make the decisions.
Oh.
The serious thing is you're not God.
In this world I am. I am Ao. I'm not Ao.
Better than being Ubitao, apparently.
So, you guys can attempt to sprint it.
I mean, I can sprint indefinitely, so... I'm assuming Loth can too, and the Rockman. And they can fly indefinitely, right?
The Rockman cannot sprint indefinitely.
I cannot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, out of character, I think we really need to find a way to break that shoulder. Like, we're gonna have to destroy the brand. That's it.
Hear me out.
That's our option.
How do we do that?
I'm gonna start riding on his shoulder.
Let me throw something out
Nonchalant.
there. Let me throw something out there for you guys. Do we wish to call play for now and give you guys 15 minutes to discuss on stream?
Whole play?
Yeah, like stop the actual play aspect of the game and give you guys the opportunity to discuss in person, because we all know that the second we leave the table, you guys aren't going to discuss it any further in the chat.
I'm pretty sure this might be one that we do discuss.
I'm not actually doing this now.
This one seems kind of monumental.
Right. This doesn't have a clear path forward. Everything else had a clear path forward. This one does not.
With my plan, I'm just gonna nonchalantly sit on his shoulder and act like everything's all hunky
I
dory.
don't think he's gonna let you just sit there.
I'm gonna just talk to him.
How do we break his shoulder?
And then
It's like a mortal
eventually,
being.
once I've gained enough trust, hacha!
How are we gonna... First of all, he heals himself, like, instantly. Now the brand is part of him.
But if we cut off the brand,
Then presumably, yeah, the skin would just heal over without it.
or we could burn.
It is an arcane brand.
It's an arcane brand.
So,
It would come back.
okay.
Fudge. My plan doesn't work.
So, but if there was an arcane way to put it on, then presumably there would be an arcane way to take it off.
I feel like it wasn't.
Is the
arcane.
brand kind of like, curse-ish like? Like, you don't really want it there. It's a brand of someone not so great. Could I just, like, lesser restoration in a way?
But he
No.
Let me get this tattoo for you.
Looks like our best option is to somehow snitch to the overseer, who
You
may or
didn't
may
answer my
not.
question.
What?
Is there an arcane way to take it off?
I'm sure there is. I haven't immediately thought of one offhand, but
Ugh, alright, so that's not the way to go.
if you throw something at me as a solution, I'm not going to immediately know everything. I like that you guys come up with your own things. The great thing about DMing is I can come up with a puzzle and not have a solution, and just wait until I hear a good one, and then that becomes the solution.
Don't tell me that.
I do that shit all the time.
He ruined D&D for me.
Oh. Do go on.
Depending on some encounters, I will decide who's going to land the final blow in a fight,
And he'll fudge rolls.
and I'll fudge rolls for it.
That's mean.
It ruined D&D for me.
I haven't done it in a long, long fucking
Please
time.
don't do it no more.
The last time I did it
Or
was...
just, if we're fighting Wally May, like, Ketra gets that last blow.
That's what it was. I can't remember who it was at the time, but it was something along those lines.
Ketra killed my big bad. And then,
When?
when I was on you.
Your lasagna.
Who was your big bad?
Fuck?
The Savage King.
That's because you and Tristan were dead.
You could have fudged the rolls and not made me be dead.
You do understand that fight was almost a TPK, right?
You fudged the rolls in Justin's favor all the time, and you never fudged them in my favor.
He said Finn killed him, not him.
What? Did you just say Shane never fudges rules in Becca's favor?
I force things in my favor.
Well, that's kind of say that again. Say
that again, please.
Never fudges things in Becca's
No.
Do you remember the argument like 10 minutes ago where you basically said something's not an attunement item anymore?
I remember. And so did Coward's Paws.
No.
And she won't even toss all 10 alone with this ring.
I have to fudge things on my own. Like when I roll an advantage. Because he won't do it for me.
it all
Becca
comes out.
doesn't.
Oh, it was so secretive before.
So,
Okay, so, we're in a little pickle, guys.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, we would have been in this pickle anyway.
You guys wanna reach out to the
Bitch
chat?
has to be in a goddamn pickle.
no.
Someone said they had an idea, but then they didn't want to give it to us.
Who was it?
Yeah, I don't know if they're still there.
That's right. It was Cooking
Monsters.
Monsters. What's up, Cooking Monsters?
Yes.
Yo, what's up? What's good?
That's Pan. He follows us on Twitter too. I talk to him most of the day.
That's good, Cooking Monsters. This
Oh, so
is
they caught my.
Is it? I think that's Pan.
I don't know who might still be in the chat and give us ideas, but I'm scared.
I mean,
especially once he starts using
I'm
my
just
hat
gonna
that I
come
didn't want to
back
give up.
as Blythe's twin sister.
it's definitely going
She didn't
to
have all of the same things.
require stealth and magic.
And Blythe
I think.
leaves all of her things to her sister, and her sister's gonna change the name of the city because
Man, I wish I could free Uber Town. He
makes
could
sense.
fuck this dude up in a fair fight, one-on-one.
I ultimately I don't know what we do. So he knows about the overseers at this point then. And he doesn't care. Why did he care about disguising himself then?
He cared prior. Then you guys gave him an ability to hide himself.
Yeah.
So, sounds like we need to knock the hat off.
It's an attunement. You just said it's gonna work.
No,
regardless.
the hat gets knocked off in the spell.
Oh, alright, cool. Oh, that's right. You read it. Alright. Just throw a rock at the hat.
Sounds like we know what we're doing.
He's only cobalt size right now, but what are you gonna do when you knock the hat off and he wants it back? You're gonna tell him no?
You're
No.
not gonna like this, Anthony, but I feel like the hat needs to be destroyed.
No, I'm not gonna like it. How you gonna? First, this is a goddamn Mountain Dew, motherfucker.
The motherfucker's gonna catch it.
How are you gonna destroy the hat? You're just gonna shoot a fucking fireball at the hat? And he's just gonna be like,
It's magical. It won't work.
and he's just gonna be like, oh well, I'm lost.
Magic
I guess
missile?
I lost my hat.
magic missile.
It won't destroy its magic nature.
We're gonna need dispel magic. You would literally need a dispel magic spell.
I have dispel
don't have
magic,
that.
but I don't.
Just Anthony's like, if I have the spell, it ain't happening.
No. I'm saying. So, all right. Here's Loth.
So if we
He can murder us without a second thought, and I just dispel his hat that he is in his possession
hold
now.
on. If we just use dispel magic, does that make the spell stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but what are the consequences of dispelling this magic that this thing wants?
How quickly are the overseers going to move?
But now he hates Ubitao and Ubitao's followers.
And he eats metal.
How quickly are the overseers going to come in and snatch this guy up?
He did not look the least bit disturbed about these fucking overseers when he has his mark
But
now.
would he be distracted enough not to kill us? While fighting the overseers on a jail planet.
God.
I
He's gonna fight him here. Why would he go to the jail planet to fight him?
I can
It
get
doesn't
us.
matter where he fights.
I can get us protection from evil.
Oh,
It's about as much as I can help.
is he evil though?
Honestly, I
Yes.
feel like he's
Compared to
neutral.
what?
No, he'd be lawful evil.
He's lawful evil, yeah.
Alright, cool.
I feel
Because
like
Lucifer's lawful
I
evil.
feel like okay, that's fair. But like at the current moment, he seems like a goddamn true neutral.
Yeah, he to you all he does seem more neutral than anything
So
else.
you're saying, dispel magic. The hat,
And the spell would go.
and he will obviously know
Well,
that
he
I
gets to
dispel the
roll
magic of
against
the
it.
hat.
He can auto save that. He can.
No, if you guys against the hat.
Oh, this hat. Yeah.
So then he will obviously be like, "Oh, I'm lost. Why did you dispel magic my hat?
Is
I'll
he
kill
gonna-
you and eat you."
Is he going to be able to know where the spell came from? Because
Yeah,
if we do it in a crowd,
Does Anthony have subtle spells so he can cast the spell without making it overtly obvious?
It depends on how.
Start picking up
It
some
depends
sorcerer
on how.
levels?
It depends on how dispel magic
I mean,
goes
you can roll
on.
like a stealth check or something, right? Or sleight of hand or something.
Pass without a trace.
It still
And
has
then-
certain aspects to it.
What if I did pass without a trace and then dispel magic?
You still have to do all the aspects of it. Subtle magic allows you to remove
In a
those
crowd, what
somatics.
crowd? He kills everything we encounter. Except for the next encounter, which supposedly is on us, as he's going to make us fight 30 random adventurers. And
Okay, case in point. That's 30 more people.
okay, so I need to consider this when we are fighting and whatnot, and he is watching all of us fight.
Yeah.
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 And especially us two, who's he has
No,
an
he
interest in.
does not have an interest in us. He said we're complicated.
He has an interest in moi.
We're skater boys, right?
And he said, "See you later, boy."
Right.
You weren't good enough for him.
He couldn't make it any more obvious.
Yeah, but what happened when you guys are rock stars?
All that glitters is
Oh,
gold.
I want to live on a hilltop mansion and have 15 cars. Hello.
Only shooting stars break the mold. All right, so anyway, you know what? I'll let loose a goddamn spell in the next fight. Fuck it.
But
Fuck it. No.
but do we?
Jackson's actually a meth head.
Fuck it.
But is that? But are the overseers going to know?
We have no idea. How can we find that information?
How what the spell magic is it? Like it only lasts for a certain amount of time?
No, it'll destroy the item.
No, it's gone.
But if we,
Gone.
I mean, if we
He's just
just
gonna be like.
can't we do that and send like a
Message is only 100 feet.
The thing is, though, is
The answer is that.
we have to discuss it. He digs in their thoughts. Once he knows it's me, we're all dead. Oh, well, except for Blythe, I would wager, so. For whatever
He just said that her immortality she's using wrong. He didn't say that he likes her or she's safe. He just said that
okay.
she's using her immortality wrong.
Alright. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll throw them up. Spell. And,
What if you just willy-nilly came up with that idea on your own as 10 and never told anybody about it and just did it?
Yeah.
just right now.
Well, no, not right now, obviously.
You're mad about your hat because he's not going to give it back. And if you
right.
He
can't
said he'd give it back.
He said he'll give it back, and that's why I gave the hat.
can't have it.
That's the insistence upon everybody in this party.
Nobody can have it.
He literally said he'll give it back to him.
He did.
Fuck up.
That's why. The insistence.
Yeah, but like, listen now, what if we went to that fight, right? Somebody resembled a squid. Ted started having a PTSD flashback.
Hey, Lothman.
We're not trying to.
I was just gonna ask for the hat back. Maybe he'll roll and give it back to me.
So, we'll call it there. Let you guys plot for the next 2 weeks how you want to handle this, or next week, sorry. See how you guys want to handle this particular situation we're in, and we'll regroup in a week.
Yeah.
It's next Wednesday, I believe. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, it's next Wednesday we play.
I feel
So you
like
guys have a little bit more than a week to really delve in and discuss this.
A lot of delving.
I feel like we did a good job with what we had.
That's always been the thing with D&D, and it's a good thing, bad thing. If you have a bad role in a situation where a role is really, really important,
Such as life.
it just cascades into such a bad situation. Because, like, if you knew he was a servant of Lucifer and a behemoth of the the Inferno, you're not gonna make an immediate deal with him. But when he's just a really big, strong dude that wants to hang out and do cool shit, it's like, no, come on, man.
He wants to hang out and do hood rat shit with his friends. That's what he wants to do.
It's like the tower all over again. Justin's not here. We were rolling with the goddamn information we had, and we were making
Justin's gonna get pissed when he comes back.
we were making good choices.
When he comes back, he's probably already
because if
pissed.
he was here, we probably would have made the same choices.
No, in all honesty, though, it probably wouldn't have gone
He
that much
probably would
different.
have been on board.
I don't think it would have gone differently, honestly.
No, it probably wouldn't have.
Because if we had still failed the roll, we still would have failed the roll.
Legitimately, fighting him was the worst option, and you guys just skirted that one. That's what I was
we
most proud of.
skirted it.
You guys walk into the room, you see this dude, he's killing people.
This man's
and
eating metal.
You're like, let's talk to him. I was like, I'm proud. I expected somebody to throw a spell or something at him.
Well, we kind of
Good
did.
choices. Good choices.
And someone threw a fireball.
Because he's just 60 feet tall, hunched over, chewing on steel, and you guys walk in the room.
No, I'm good. No,
That one didn't seem like a
no.
winnable fight.
Even for us.
It would have taken some finesse and some finagling.
Yeah.
No.
Look at how many spell slots I
Oh
have.
no, you would have been fucked. You would have probably been eaten.
We all would have been fucked. I would have been the first one to get eaten because he eats metal.
Yeah, he does. So, thank y'all so much for watching.
Fuck.
Anthony, turn off the screen.
Anthony got to turn the TV on, buddy. You don't have a Justin this time.
Stupid ass. Fucking
Oh.
I gotta turn down my microphone a little bit. I blew out of here and there. I think if I turn mine
Oh,
down,
you
I
know
can
that.
talk normal. I checked it a couple times.
While we're getting the TV turned off, would you like to talk about experience?
I get all the experience.
Let's do one. What is it? Social
Okay.
for everybody. One exploration for everybody. No combat.
Any bonus for someone?
All this shit.